Well, we are officially live.
Woohoo!
It reminds me, did you know that Costco sells a literal bucket of macaroni and cheese?
I believe it.
Whoa. I mean, they sell
A
giant
27
tubs of
pound bucket.
rugelach, really good pastry.
You want
That's
27
that
pounds?
emergency food kind of stuff, isn't it?
It's 27 pounds of fucking mac and cheese.
Listen, everyone knows that when there's a zombie apocalypse happening, the first place you go is either the local armory or the local Costco. That is what that is
No,
for.
you do not go to the local armory. You
Everyone
camp
goes
outside
there.
of the local armory with a gun, so that way... Oh wait, we're live. I can't speak about these things.
I mean, we could talk about zombie planning. I remember in college, I actually had a zombie plan because my college campus at the time was like literally a 5-minute walk away from an army surplus store and a gun shop. And I was like, okay, so what we do is we hop along the rooftops of our campus, since all the buildings at the time were old as crap and flat. We hit up the cafeteria, grab like preserves, and then we go over to the army surplus shop. I had a plan.
We're gonna get a whole fuck ton of granola. I mean, so much fucking granola.
Hey, our cafeteria had like Reese's Pieces and Jerry's Pizza. I'm sure I could find something.
Okay, you see respect to that.
No, what you
Just
do
make
is
sure
you
you
find.
don't pull a Donald dead.
No, what you do is you find a mountain that has a good amount of snow on it. The snow will fuck with the zombies, as will the elevation and uneven terrain. Then you just build a cabin and get a bunch of seeds while you're moving to that mountain. Become self-sufficient.
And
Mhm.
also maintain
that.
cardio. First
There's
rule
that,
of
and there's
Zombieland.
oil rigs.
Yeah, but oil rigs are surrounded by salt water, so potable
They
water
have
becomes a
built-in
problem.
fresh water. Certain oil rigs have built-in fresh water.
Make yourself a moat and hope that these zombies can't actually breathe underwater and therefore die.
Go to the Arctic.
But see, I feel like
Worked out
that
for
would
me.
potentially freeze them into a state. So if they unfroze, you still have a problem.
Look,
The
I'm
zombies
not
Arctic
aren't
would
what
have
you
to
have to
melt.
worry about. It's the other survivors.
Yep.
True.
Yeah, looks
What
at
other survivors?
May from Overwatch.
What other survivors? This,
Exactly.
as far as I'm concerned, it's PUBG in real life, motherfucker. You surrendered your existence.
Wait.
Let it be known to the official United States government that J. Frost does not condone or condemn these actions at large. Just let that legal bit out there.
What? We have no idea what you're talking about. What actions?
Also, happy birthday, Tony.
I was about to say, J Frost, you forget, no one actually watches us, so we're fine.
There's
Hey.
art for us already.
There's art for us, and what was that about the nice number on the video earlier in the week?
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
Vaughn,
n-
why you lying, my boy?
I'm talking in the grand scheme of things, okay? We're still the small guy. We're on the up and up, okay?
Although,
Look.
thank you everybody for checking out the archive and tuning in. We appreciate you. Hi,
And if you still haven't been found by our robot overlords, good luck to you.
I told this story the other day, but I'm going to tell it again. I was sleeping soundly, and for whatever reason, Billy and Mandy showed up in my dreams. I had not
Oh
thought about
my.
them in 4 or 5 months plus. And yet, the moment that I wake up, what should show up in my YouTube recommended slot? A Billy and Mandy video. What the fuck?
I mean, listen, man, predictive programming is crazy.
You put it into existence.
I know. It's almost as bad as the time I spoke about the Civil War in my car, and it was there on YouTube.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's weird when I'm doing stuff on my phone and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, Instagram, YouTube, here are ads for this thing now because yeah, third-party cookies. We know what you like, and I'm like, please stop.
No, I'm the different. None of my things can actually figure out what the fuck I'm into, so they'll always just wide gambit, like, be like, hey, are you into this? I'm like, no! Oh, no.
Constantly clearing my search history just so it
Oh,
doesn't
no.
find a pattern.
I'd be more impressed if it could make a pattern off me. Especially because there'll be times where I'll just go down a Wikipedia rabbit hole, and then I'll have 7 Wikipedia articles open on my browser for 10 months.
Oh my.
And none of them will be connecting in any way.
You'll get to them eventually.
Exactly.
Man, can you believe we've reached a point in the world now where you could have multiple tabs open and just sitting there like that for months? Because I've quite literally done the same thing. I think I kept a Spider-Gwen costume tab open for a year and a half, even though I had it bookmarked for no reason.
Oh, yeah. No, recently, I lost all my tabs because of a random restart that happened on my computer that didn't load up my internet browser right when I turned it back on. And one of the things I only just remembered that I lost was an Amazon ad for cigarette holders. You know, like the fancy kind that you see people smoking in the 1940s.
Yeah.
The long stick ones.
Yeah. One day I'll be fancy. Until then, I will smoke like a bum.
Oh my god. I thought you were talking about those cases. I realized you said cigarette holder, but I thought you were talking about those cases where people used to put their cigarettes because they had been like pre-rolled or something into a fancy metal case and they pop it open like a wallet.
I mean, I wish I had those, but the only place I found that sells them is Hot Topic, and they make them at a very cheap quality, so they fall apart very quickly. Otherwise, I would have those. Also, excuse me for a second. I am being shameless in my chat real quick. Do. First do that. Then...
God dang it, Fluff and Riff and Puff.
Then... One second.
How dare you be generous?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to do it more, but I need the chat to scroll more so I can get the other people. Damn it!
Yes, Kapluff and Riff and Puff. This is kind of like the pre-roll. Gives us a chance to chat, make sure audio is all good, give folks a moment to show up before things hippity-hoppity into gear. But yeah.
Speaking of which, does anyone have anything fun coming up they want to shill?
Oh yeah, we should go around the horn, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why don't you start off?
Not it.
Not it.
No!
God damn it.
Thank you, Wiley Soundboard.
Oh, the one thing we have over any other D&D stream.
We have been given power. I guess that put it on you then, J Frost. I guess you're the one starting us off.
I'm not. I'm DM. I'm choosing somebody else. Hey, Zai! I'm volunteering you.
But I said no. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna make the DM angry, so sure, I will follow the mandate. All right, so I am Zyme. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zyme with an SYTE because I tried to be super edgelord and it never went away in like 2007. Anywho, on Twitter you can find me at Zyminess, XMINESS, sometimes how we spell success. And oh boy, Thursday and Friday was nuts. We finally beat Hades with every single weapon we had, which I've been trying to do. And yesterday, holy fuck, I finally beat Streets of Rage 4 on Mania Plus mode, which means I can play other shit on Fridays now. So, yeah, Sunday and or Monday, I will try to finish up Bloodstained Ritual of the Night this week. Wednesday, if I'm feeling up to it, I will do an art stream. Thursdays I can now play something else, which I'm planning to do Monster Hunter streams on Thursdays, because I've wanted to play that with community folks for a while. And on Friday, I'm gonna start playing other fight games. So maybe Guilty Gear Strive, maybe KOF 15 if I want to put myself through the Otama Raga, whatever boss struggle. Maybe some more Exert, SoCal. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much all for me. Doopity-poo-poo-poo. I'm gonna say Bob, go.
Greetings and salutations. I am Shadow and Bob. You can find me right here every other Saturday playing in Dare, the Tabaxi Artificer. On Sundays, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Shadow and Bob, where we got the Maelstrom. It's Goblin tax season, so Earl King Vombro is up to his nose in issues. Mr. Fistums has escaped the wall and is now trying to break the bells. Very interesting, very scary. And we've also got the big mysterious challenger for the Narrator's Imperium of Mankind Championship. On Mondays, you can find me on twitch.tv/SonyPator, where I play Daenir the Tabaxi Wizard, who is currently a ball of trauma. Tuesdays, we've got Destiny 2 with the 101 Guard. Wednesdays, every so often, you can find me on twitch.tv/TrashKingArisen, where I play the Silver Devil, a marvelous bastard of a villain in his My Hero Academia 1 series. And Thursday, Friday, I've got streams here and there, but that's about it for me. Willie, if you have not gone yet, you are up next.
I love you.
I
Hello.
love you too, buddy.
You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at XWileyWilly. Oh God, brain.
Don't
I have a
forget
YouTube channel. I make memes and music. Yes. And
Well, I've done all I can do.
I mean, you say that, but guess what I was listening to before this? Italian Despair on loop.
You need to listen to Italian Patriot on loop.
No, I prefer Italian Despair. It's much more harmonic, also slightly unsettling. I like it.
Italian Patriot is literally a horror theme now.
It kind of is.
I still say that we
this
need to
scares
use...
the drama.
Yeah, no. I still say Italian Despair needs to be one of our boss themes coming up.
Oh God.
Wiley, it's literally licenseless, because even if there was a license, you would own it. We could use it.
Look, I'm already tempted to throw in the Golden Wind theme music. Don't make me.
Please don't.
It's not. Hey, it's free. It's open source, baby.
Wait a second, it
And
is?
it's not copywritten.
As long as you don't use Classic Horror 1, I am fine.
There
What
is
about a
slow
remix
trap.
of it?
There's
No.
a slow trap remix of Golden Wind, and it shouldn't be as good as it is.
I mean, well, let's talk about things that shouldn't slap like they do. Remember what I sent you, Zyme?
Yo, real chat, that I was not expecting that. I've never played a Fate game, so I was like, this is kind of smooth. I like this.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that, but yes, the Archer theme slaps. I was talking about the Encanto Bubba Sparks mix.
Oh my god, I hate you
Wait,
for that.
Bubba Sparks, as in Miss New Booty, Bubba Sparks.
Yes, the
was
famous
so
lyricist Bubba Sparks. I will drop that. Let me see here. Where was the last person I sent that to? Fuck. But I'll drop it in Discord and the chat here real quick.
I just pulled it
What
up.
even is reality?
It's we don't talk about booty. It's real good.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Because it's rocking everywhere.
Well, no. That was actually almost my high school yearbook quote, but the way I always like to write it because I fuck with people, which is me just saying, booty, 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 rocking everywhere, period. Rocking everywhere, question mark? Rocking everywhere, exclamation point. Because then it becomes philosophical. Here it is. Let me just copy this link.
But how doth it do that?
I kind of wish that my high school had high school quotes, because I know what mine would have been.
Forgot what mine was.
A smile better suits a hero.
Also, yes, I have now cursed the chat with "We don't talk about booty," which now means I have to actually put a link to this in the YouTube whenever we upload it.
Yep, sure do.
Curse them.
I can't believe we
Because
got
that-
that full-on ass boys.
That was this ass boys. You must acknowledge it, or a curse be put upon you.
Billy and the Ass Boys.
Benny in the ass.
They changed it when they got to Ellis Island. It used to be hindquarters.
So Wiley went. Wiley, who are you passing it to? Oh, yeah, who are you passing
CG, tell us where we can't find you.
On the internet, because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me over on twitch.tv/fartingtart every Sunday for War of the Shattered Sun, every other Tuesday for Curse of Strahd, which this is an on week, so we will be having one next Tuesday, as well as over on Jack the Questionable's channel for Legends of Ambria. I've been doing better about getting everything right in these promos, and hopefully it shows.
It does.
And that's it for me. I'll just chuck it back on over to DM extraordinaire J Frost.
No.
Too bad, you're the only one left.
And?
I
Do
think
it.
you and Vaughn.
This gives you power over me.
Do it.
Oh shit, now we got Palpatine out here. Now I gotta do it. You can find me over at twitch.tv/jfrost747 and at Twitter at Frost747J, where I just do a whole lot of shit posts. I was supposed to stream yesterday night, but I passed the fuck out. I didn't wake up until 4 in the morning.
Oh,
Big same, actually.
Let me tell you something. Holy fuck. Citrus gummies hit hard. And Benadryl. Benadryl also hits hard.
That is very true.
But, without further ado, I have my whiskey, I have my caffeine, I have my water.
Well then, that leaves us only little over a minute for us to come in with our Say by Spell theme song, courtesy of X Wiley Willie. So, chat, are you ready? Let's go!
Are you ready?
We'll start. There it is. Now take us away, Mr. DM.
Alright, get in the van.
Do you at least have candy?
Yeah.
Do you have juice boxes?
I have candy, alright. Werther's.
Originals or chewy?
Scatter!
Originals!
I have one request.
Pudding!
You know what? I'm taking a shot because of you, Wiley.
I did it.
Alrighty! Guys, gals, non-binary pals. Welcome to Saved by the Spell. Episode 3! Holy shit, we're on a 3rd episode. The trilogy has been complete. But, start off with last time on Saved by the Spell. Our wonderful students, because I can't say adventurers, because we're not technically adventurers
Yet.
yet, managed to take a little bit of time, settle down, and get acquainted with their dormitories, at least to getting some stuff moved in. They don't have a whole lot, but at least enough where they can now sleep, study, and more so. Become a little bit familiarized with the campus and its entire quarters, and also check out some more books, because some people love books. Of course, not only that, we also had a little bit of a fun adventure involving a good old trip to the ye olde diner, Sloppy Eoches. a place somewhere outside of the normal realm of existence that, of course, traverses the entirety of this universe's planes of existence. And, of course, while all but one enjoyed that, all roads eventually led back to Rome, or more specifically, the Fire Jolt Café, where a frog race had undergone, and initially it turned out great, but then, well, you could say somebody should have towed the party. Things were not going to be so easy, and instead, they went quite hopping mad. Now, with the effects of the adventuring thing, well, now with the aftermath of said frogs, we now take place in two separate locations. In one hallway, we have Indare, who of course managed to sneak out through his own methods, using two other students as his living shields, so to speak. And on the other hallway, we have the vast majority of our party currently being stared down, as well as a few other students being stared down by a very, very intimidating looking metal skeleton professor. And that's where we'll begin. So hey! Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Just fine. I should also point out that Daedalus is probably still, like, hanging perpendicular to the floor on the wall because spider climb has not elapsed.
I thought
No.
I thought I just told him to get down.
No problem, no problem, no problem.
Probably did, but that
Well,
doesn't
no.
mean he's gonna listen.
Yeah, Daedalus
That's
spent that
true.
time trying to tell you to get up there so that way you could hide with him.
But he knows she doesn't have spider. Okay, you know what?
Just do it, forehead.
Good thing. Good point. Let's put on some music, shall we? Let's see if this is the right track.
Don't forget to loop it.
That's where it has to be darker or lighter for loop.
That's a tricky question with dark theme. I don't know. With dark theme on or off.
Yeah. Also, can everybody hear that?
Yeah.
I can.
Chat, can you hear it?
Huh, weird. I can't hear it.
I can
It's
hear
occasional glitch with Roll20.
Yes, I can hear some light ambience. Just want to see how chat hears.
Ah, good old corridor bubbling.
Dad, if you can hear the music and stuff, just let us know.
Yep, now I can hear it. Alright! So, to my dear lovely party. Standing at the end of the hallway, looking down at you and your students, you see a man, well, an entity in blackened robes with emerald green trim, usually creating some unique sigils across the sleeves. The arms kind of put together where his hands are interlaced, almost like that of a quiet, observing individual. His hands metallic, skeletal. The face like that of a robotic skull. A singular, glowing green eye in the center. Piercing out, looking down everyone. And of course, trailing him are these somewhat obsidian orbs, each glowing with green emeraldish light, formulating patterns that continuously change. And as this intense stare down seemingly just Feels like it will never end. They begin to move forward, with the orbs trailing behind them, floating in pattern. Step by step, a metallic footfall with each and every step.
If possible, if Iapetus is in the middle of the hallway, she's going to step off to the side so that she's not in his path or in their path.
Oh, I see. And what about the rest of you?
Daedalus will just kind of still hang on the wall, just trying not to move as much as possible.
Of course.
Has this man stopped us by any chance?
Nope. But he is moving forward.
That's exactly why I'm just moving out of the way. I think we can still safely go where we need to, just if we don't act out of place.
Yeah, Salas is just gonna keep walking as though he's like in the other lane of traffic and just walk around him when he gets close.
Exactly, yeah.
Same. Like nothing's
Fair.
unusual or anything. Be cool, be cool.
Everyone's passive perception.
13.
Hold
13.
on, let me
12.
find it.
12.
Where would I find my passive perception?
At the
Is
bottom
the
of all of your stats.
Yeah, you'll see it right underneath your skills.
Passive wisdom. Parentheses, perception.
16 for me.
Also,
I-
Wiley, for
Oh,
shame having such a
13
low.
for me.
Yeah, I was about to say, for shame having such a low one. That's your casting stat, sir.
I'm a tank!
16. We have a 13, a 12. What else did we have?
13 for me as well.
Alright, so 16, 2 13s, and a 12. Well, if that's the case, as this individual walks by each and every one of you, standing at around 6'2", you all feel a prick on the back of your necks. And they just keep moving.
Daedalus will put a hand behind his neck and check for any blood.
Iapetus is concerned and like will swat or go feel at her neck too.
What? Blood.
Blood.
Goldblum just scratches it like an itch.
For those of you with a passive perception that is above 15, you will notice that everyone in the hallway has reached the back of their neck.
So, only Salas.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Unless-
concerning. Not said out loud, but noted.
And eventually, our metallic gloom and doom individual reaches the end of the hallway. And with a wave of the hand, the door opens itself. He walks on in with his trailing, floating orbs, and the door closes.
Daedalus jumps down. Well, that was unsettling.
That it was, and holy crap, why did you stay on the ceiling?
Because no one ever looks up. We already established that.
He's getting out of the way. He's being a good guy.
Yes.
Can we just go?
Yeah, weren't we supposed to like head towards Professor Sharpbeak's office? Or were we told to go back to our dorms by the barista?
The
Told to
dorms.
return-
Were we?
You were told to return to your dorms.
Which is good. I need to start working on my next set of spells.
I'm fine with doing that, but if I see Professor Sharpeak along the way, I probably would say something to like relay what happened as well.
Of course, of course. As you all make your way, Iapetus, you go to seek out Professor Sharpeak. But you don't see them. So, instead you just return to your dormitory. Chill out. Relax. Enough time. Now let us cut over to Endare. And let us change the music. Endare! How you doing,
Yes.
buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm with my friends. We're getting the heck out of Dodge.
Of course you are, of course you are. Speaking of which, Endare, would you politely do me a favor?
And what's that?
How do I put this politely? Would you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Absolutely. That's a 4.
420. Blaze it.
Well, ain't this a funny little tidbit? And also, that's funny.
I opened a can. It's the closest thing I could do.
Endare,
Yes.
as you're attempting to make your grand escape with your colleagues, you run into a body, and papers spill everywhere.
Endare will immediately begin attempting to pick up said papers. And, oh, I'm terribly sorry. Let me help you with that.
Oh, thank you so very much. And as you are helping, you take a look over. And, of course, the voice comes from what appears to be a woman in her mid-30s, with a very nice milk chocolate skin, pointed ears, hair that is of a much darker variety, curly, wonderful, and eyes of almost sky blue.
Ooh. I do apologize for my clumsiness. Let's just say tonight's been a bit harrowing with everything that's been going on.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. You must be a student, correct?
Indeed, I've only been here for a couple weeks now. I
Oh, a
just
new
got enrolled.
student. A new student. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Here, could you hand me that paper?
Oh yes,
As she
here
points
you go.
over. Thank you. And as you hand over the remaining papers, she puts them together, folds them back neatly. You know, just the whole click, click.
He's
and stands
gonna
up.
he's gonna stand up as well. He's gonna give her just that big, friendly Endare smile. I'm Endare, by the way. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you too. I'm Professor Melf.
And above the end, that's MELF.
MELF.
Does that name ring a bell?
History check with disadvantage.
Okie doke. 7.
Nope. Can't think of anything.
I was wondering if this was the same MILF that created the MILF's acid arrows.
Or
Oh,
minute
well.
meteors.
Exactly. After he hands over everything, he gives her that same smile. I apologize again for bumping into you. I wasn't paying attention. I hope that I didn't cause you too much trouble.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. You're fine. It's nothing. Believe me, I should have been looking as well. Forgive. I'm just trying to fill out these new papers and get things graded. Especially with classes coming up soon. In fact, I believe next In the next 2 days should actually be our beginning classes. Which reminds me, do you already know where your proper rooms are going to be, and what subjects you'll take?
Have we been told that quite yet? Or has that been taking some time?
It took some time. However, you all would have received at least a letter stating which classes you would be partaking within. And
Yes, ma'am. We've gotten our dorm rooms just recently, and very recently we got ourselves our letters of the classes that we're going to be taking, and Dare pulls out his letter and starts looking over it to see which ones that he got.
Of course, of course. And above game, Bob, if I remember correctly, you... let me take a look. To forgive Bob's classes.
I got beginning of computational magic, history of magic and art, and introduction to archaeomancy.
Alrighty.
All I had to do is search in our chat for chaos, and it led me right to it.
Chaos, kids! It teaches you things. Oh, I see. Not bad. Good class picks, good class choices. So, you should be dealing with... Alright. No, not Professor Ellergain. I believe she's off for the semester. What was that last class?
It was introduction to archaeomancy.
Archaeomancy. Oh, goodness. Alright, yes, that one should be alright. I assume you are also going to be part of the generalized studies, correct?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Alright, so, giving you this forewarning right now. General studies is usually where each teacher substitutes for one another per week. You won't have the same teacher for more than a week per month. So basically, you'll have a rotationary period.
Are there any professors that I should be looking out for, or specifically being wary for?
Well, primarily, all of them. But, let's see. I mean, there is myself. I do teach the class once or twice, here and there. Professor Hootsworth, Professor Moragi, Professor Sharpbeak, Professor Shrub, Professor Nellock. Quite a number, actually.
I've already had an introduction with Professor Sharpbeak and Professor Shrub so far.
Oh, then you'll be fine.
Very interesting, very knowledgeable people. Well, very knowledgeable beings, I'll correct myself.
Oh, believe me, Professor Sharpbeak and Professor Shrub are absolutely godsends. The research those two have done has been so wonderful. Especially Professor Shrub. Bless his eternal soul.
I've also met Professor Morg as well.
Oh. Goodness, Professor Morg.
Indeed.
Wow. Oh, that's right, he still is teaching. Is he part of our alumni? Yes, he's still part of our alumni initiation. Well, good news for you. You should see Professor Morg again. He tends to come back to our campus in order to do some teaching once or twice.
I confess that I have seen him do things that I don't think I will ever see anybody else on this planet do again. He is quite the impressive sort.
Let me guess. Corpses?
There was the corpses, and then there was the giant explosion that should have destroyed everything.
Oh, that one.
And then there was the shifting in time.
Oh, the chronomancy. Yes. A little bit of time stop. It's nothing. Believe it or not, morgues more lenient towards the necromancy and, of course, alteration. Or abjuration magics.
You know, I thought about looking into abjuration, but conjuration and enchantment are just... They seem way more my style.
You'll love Professor Elaine, then. She is head of the entirety of conjuration. Enchantment, she is... oh, well, decent, but of course, there are many things.
He gives Jim a slight nod. Happy that he's getting all this information about all these professors.
Of course. And as this conversation goes on for a little bit, Professor Melf looks down towards her wrist and goes, "Oh, do pardon me, Mr. Ender. I do believe that I need to get this last bit of paperwork in. Otherwise, I'm going to have the Dean of Academics down my back. So please, I must bid you adieu and go fulfill my obligations and duties."
Until next we meet, Professor, thank you so much for your time again. And he will again give her that big, happy Ender smile and those big, happy Ender eyes.
And as you walk away, you hear Melf's voice. "Oh, and Mr. Ender."
Yes, ma'am.
"I will say this. Don't feel afraid to feel a little froggy. It always takes a nice leap of faith." And she walks away.
He glances back at her just a little bit, just that side eye. A slow smirk starts to creep up the side of his face, and that is advice that I will take to heart, ma'am. And he keeps on walking.
Excellent. And there. Do you return back to your dormitory?
I believe I would.
Alrighty. You return back to your dormitory. And what is everybody doing at their dormitory? If you don't mind me inquiring, I would love to hear what you are doing right now in your downtime.
Well, first question, are any of us sharing rooms?
Believe it or not, because you are new students, you are actually being kept in a Year 1 dormitory, which everyone tends to share. You have your own rooms, but you do know each other's floors and room numbers. For you, Daedalus, you are actually on a room that is conjoined next to Iapetus's room.
Nice. Well then, in Daedalus's room, first of all, it seems like 90% of what he brought for furniture would be corkboards and yarn. And he is currently now adjusting everything from things he read in books today to notes on sloppy Eoges and the planar travel to then a small corner of one board which is just all about what they found magic-wise, the weird magical residue we found. As well as a large section of that board is now dedicated to his conspiracy on the owls.
Cool.
Yeah. Actually, no. Just like, there's notes. There's already notes that read frantically, what the... Like, an owl is just a pigeon filled with anger and knowledge. Basically a violent balloon covered in feathers. Owls live 300 years if they don't die first. Like, just crazy ramblings. And then every so often, he'll just post something new on a different board. And then absentmindedly throw a dart at a dartboard that's off in one corner.
Alrighty. Iapetus, how about you?
First thing Iapetus is going to do when she walks into the room, weirdly enough, she still has Wheezy, that little plush that she got. So she still has that nearby on the bed. So she's actually just kind of gonna plop over on the bed for a second, lay back, grab Wheezy, hold it in her hands, and just look up, just You would not believe what we just went through today. What? She'll sit up, put Wheezy down next to her, and actually, if she can, she wants to note down a few things. First off, what happened with the frogs and the goo that they saw. She doesn't obviously know the breakdown of it, but she at least wants to have clear, concise notes that she can provide to Professor Sharpbeak later. And then she specifically is going to make a note and put it on her desk on top of the pennant that they got in the scavenger hunt. And the note says, "Do more research on loft venom."
Excellent, excellent.
After that, she's kind of good. She's trying to take a moment to relax, but then she realizes, oh man, oh crap, my classes. And she's actually going to pull out her course registration so she can see what her classes are. And I guess, would she know what her class schedule looks like, or if there's homework that she has to do for a class possibly that's coming up?
If you wouldn't mind, I will tell you this right now. You do not have homework, but you will have your list for the classes you are to take.
I got the classes. Those are...
You can put them in the party notes, just in case.
Yes, Intro to Archaeomancy, History of Magic and Art, and Arcanobotany. So I guess since she doesn't know which class she's gonna have next, obviously she just knows she has her classes. Is there any information on her course registration that tells her about her instructors, or maybe what to have prepared for each class, if she needs to go perhaps buy any books or supplies?
No, you do not. All you have within the letter is your classes, and within bold print, it does state, bring paper, writing utensils, and a good attitude.
That's adorable. This is the simplest list ever.
And there's a smiley face right next to the attitude.
Bring paper, writing utensils, and a good attitude. Alright. Well then she's gonna smile at that, and then change into, I guess, like, more pajama-esque attire. I would imagine she probably has, like, some greenish colored pajamas to match the school, something she would have found over the last 2 weeks in, like,
oh yeah, the campus store.
Something.
Yeah, the campus store provides all different kinds of pajamas. I mean, it provides practically everything, from clothing to little snacks to, well, you name it.
Yeah, she'll kind of plait the side of her hair that she usually leaves out, tie it off with like a little hair tie, and then once she feels like she's relaxed enough, she will actually like knock over on Daedalus's door just to like chat with him and like hang out until it's time for them to go back to their rooms and go to sleep.
Of course.
Quick, prove you're not an owl. Daedalus immediately throws open the door, hand crackling with magic. You won't get me alive!
Bow, bow, woof, woof. It's me, man.
Oh. Oh, come on in. Yes,
and she'll walk on in and see what he's up to.
Daedalus will immediately just like start stacking up a pair of like a thing of heavy books and be like, "Here, have a seat."
Okay. This will have to do. What is? Hey, Lucy, is that a dartboard? How'd you get a dartboard?
Oh, simple. I found this interesting goblin who was willing to trade for like all of my pillows, and since, you know, elves don't sleep, just meditate, I figured it was fine. So I trade him, and I got this, and it's great for dexterity. Throws it, doesn't even look. Not sure if it hits the wall or the board.
Can I roll to try to pick up a dart and hit the board? Ross, that's a question for you, bud. What would I
Oh,
do
boy.
if I want to?
You know what? I mean,
Okay, yeah,
Nothing.
let's do competing dexterity checks to see who hits.
you know what? I really want to see this.
Both of us break a window. Dexterity?
Oh.
God dang it!
Give me a second, it's not reading for me.
Oh, I clicked dexterity save, so I guess that's on me, my bad.
Yeah, do a normal dexterity
I was
check.
about to say, dang! Boopity boop 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 boop. Button. Do the thing. Button. Oh. God damn it.
That awkward moment where here you forget Daedalus is technically trained in all drow weaponry just because of game.
Wow. Damn, I almost had it. Either way, nice shot.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I find it great to keep the hands busy while I'm thinking. Now, let's see here. Okay, I think I've got everything for the owls. Now to move back on to working on spells for the night, because I've got the perfect idea for a spell that will be really helpful for us while we're in class. Now I just need to figure out how to animate the pin.
Animate the. Oh man. I still do not understand how you were able to just like come up with all of this. I need to be able to think about it better. It's kind of just happens. I don't know.
Daedalus,
Mm-hmm.
roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie. $17.
You're preparing to look away from your owl board. You notice an owl sitting on the ledge of your window.
Oh. Okay, one quick second. Mind Slitter.
Oh my god.
Does the owl make the intelligence save?
1 second. Never thought I'd have to bring up owl stats in D&D. Intelligence save, right?
Yep. DC 12.
Well, it failed.
So it takes 1 psychic damage.
Does I see this?
Yeah, you see an owl landing on the ledge, and now it's just violently shaking its head.
See, what the fuck did you just do?
I told you! You can't trust them!
If the window is open, like she's gonna try to go to it and like bring it in. Dude, you can't just attack it just because you're not sure. You didn't attack me, did you?
I mean, until you prove that you weren't an owl.
Oh, so she's like trying to cradle the owl if it lets her without, you know, like attacking her since it's
Make me an
freaked
animal
out.
handling check.
Okay. Fuck me!
Give me a moment.
Bird's just gonna wreck my shit today.
Give me a second. I'm busting out the red dice this time.
Bustin'.
Okay. This bird is having a violent stroke.
Oh no!
We cannot be too careful. Remember, the frogs ate one of us.
Okay, look, Lucy, I get that, but we also don't know why the frogs did it, because all we know is they didn't do it of their own volition. We can't go attacking every owl we see just because of what happened with the other owl from earlier. Remember, that's how they send messages throughout the school.
Yes, they were the only common denominator in that entire encounter.
Okay, yeah, but what if, I don't know, what if, like, there was a message from Mom? Did you consider that?
No. But then again, I've never seen Mom and an owl in the same room.
Oh, okay, all right. While I is trying to figure out how to even deal with this.
Yeah, at this point, Daedalus is just like thinking back to, would his mom trust owls?
Like, while doing that, I'd like to do something if possible as well, J Frost. That whole
Well,
prickling
please.
sensation thing. Would I be able to see like if there was a mark on like my neck if we have a mirror or on Daedalus's neck, because I can't do anything with the owl right now other than gently lay it like on the floor next to the bed and hope that it recovers soon.
All right. Yes, you may, and you may put the owl on the bed. Just know that this owl is currently doing the Harlem Shake on your bed.
I forgot that existed. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
This is just stuck in my head now. Oh my god, no.
Now I'm just imagining Daedalus doing the Harlem Shake.
I have no way of healing it, no.
I mean, Daedalus can stop the spell.
I mean, it's only a cantrip. It ends after one turn.
Oh, that's even better. So, it takes a little bit, but eventually it stops. The owl just shakes, hops up on its feet, goes, tilts its head, and then its eyes go looking in two different sides, and its tongue just bleps out a little bit.
Who sent you?
Lucy, be nice. And she like gently puts out a hand to like see if it'll let her kind of gently pet the top of its head. Like
Roll
right above
me
the-
another animal handling.
I want to be kind to it. Roll 20.
Okay, that. Zai,
What?
do me a favor, please.
Uh-huh.
Please, reload. Roll 20.
I will
Shut up.
gladly do that. I'll be right
Because
back.
now I'm starting to get a little suspicious.
You're telling me Roll 20 just told me to F off.
Well, it is Saturday, so.
It's
tracks.
Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't
Yup.
believe it, just watch. Fail.
Yep,
It wouldn't be Saturday if.
I've definitely inherited the good old Prince Division rolls today.
It's true.
Fuck. That hurts my soul.
It hurts your soul. It most definitely hurts mine. I have refreshed. Do you want me to roll it again?
Yes, please reroll.
Okay.
I will laugh if it's a third fucking natural one.
See, remember last time I used my reroll for like something and it said no and gave me the exact goddamn number. At this point, I don't put it past it.
Alrighty, there we go. 16.
Okay. She
As-
just wants to gently pet it, like try to relax it.
It allows you to not only pet it, its eyes, like the lower part of where, like how, you're able to close your eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
It levels up to make the happy little eye face.
Oh, like the owls in the Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, and it's letting you pet it.
Like,
And then it starts hawking.
oh.
And you watch as it vomits out a scroll.
Oh, well.
Daedalus in the background just has a hand out with another hand pointed to his temple, prepared to attack again.
Good grief. Oh. Is there like...
I just imagine.
Oh, go ahead, man.
I just imagine Daedalus is like cursing him like Danhausen.
Oh my god.
It's either a Danhausen pose or Mintok the Mind Taker, whichever you want. Or
Yes,
whichever the fan
Danhausen
artists want to draw.
thinking. Oh my god. I guess I'll pick it up. We're in a school of magic, so doing detect magical isn't gonna help with anything. So yeah, I'll just pick it up and slowly unfurl it.
As you unfurl it, a singular message appears. Hello, we've been trying to get in touch with you about your wand's extended service.
Daedalus peeks over the shoulder. Well, I hate junk mail. I don't even own a wand. At least not yet. That might be useful. I should look into getting a wand. Does that have a store attached?
I guess let's find out. Is there a store attached on this spam letter?
You look and you just see down at the bottom. Marvin's Magical Services.
Daedalus picks up the note, tears off the part with the name on it, puts it to a board, tacks it.
See, given that we got spam from this, apparently, just be mindful of the fact that we might not get what we were looking for if we even attempt to check out this place. But
Very
more
true.
importantly-
But I've so far found very few books with actual spells in them in the library, which, for a magical college, shame. But we need spells. We are wizards. Having as many spells as we can in our books, very important.
Hey, Daedalus.
Yee.
The owl flies over to your board.
Oh! Just a sec.
Don't you hit him! Don't you hit that bird!
But he's going for the conspiracy board!
Yeah, I would too at this point. Look. It's probably because you ripped the paper.
But if anything, that was a paper meant for me. I should rip it. Wait a second. What's the owl doing? What's the owl doing?
Yeah, what's the owl going towards?
It's just it landed on the desk in front of the corkboard. And it just starts pecking at the desk.
Aw, see, Lucy, it's just intrigued.
Nope. Just grabs the owl, throws it out the window.
No! She is going to stop him.
Okay.
She will stop him. What do I
Okay,
have to
first
do?
and foremost, Daedalus, roll me an animal handling with disadvantage.
Okay. 8.
Okay, I'm gonna see what the owl's reaction is going to be. Oh my sweet fucking Christ. Let me see. Hold on. I need to look up a small list of animal reactions. And I need... Oh, it's a D8! Give me a second. 5. Okay, what is 5? Hey, Daedalus.
Yeah?
The owl shits on you.
Well, that's just rude. Out the window.
Oh, at this point, she will grab his hand if possible or whatever he's trying to use to stop him from eating the bird.
It's fine. They can fly.
No. Do you have any snacks in here, like crackers, a little piece of popcorn, something? What do you have in here that's a snack? Cut this out.
I don't know. Search under the books.
Oh my god.
Gestures to a room full of books.
I'm wondering. I wonder if I have any like snacks or something that I could give this thing.
You have some snacks. You have a little bit of jerky, you have some granola, some fruits.
I will take out a little bit of fruit to offer the owl, and I, even if it can't understand me, will apologize to it and say, all right, go be on your way, and kind of like gently pat it towards where it's supposed to go.
But
Make me one more animal handling with advantage.
I'm just gonna say behind her, you can just see Daedalus doing the point at both his eyes, point at the bird, point at both his eyes, point at the bird.
The curse. Hopefully I get this right. 11?
It takes the fruit. And as it begins to fly away, it poots one more. And you just hear a student somewhere out below yell, "Yeah! It got on my fucking head!"
Daedalus will lean out the window. Winged vermin!
Oh my goodness.
I'm on to you! Then slams the window shut.
And we'll put a pin in that. Over to Salus and Goldbloom. Salus, Goldbloom. We're on the same floor, and in fact, you're only about 3 doors down from each other.
Is Goldblum still suffering from exhaustion?
A little bit, yeah.
From the coffee, right? Haste.
Yep, from the Loth Venom coffee.
Well, you know what he's gonna do?
Go the fuck to sleep.
He's gonna walk up to his bed and just... Well, he's gonna water his plants and then go to his bed. Sleep.
As you water your plants and immediately go to your bed, I need you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Just roll me a... You know what? Roll me a dex.
Save straight.
Save.
This will be good.
Wait, do I have disadvantage? I forget. Exhaustion.
You're fine. All right, good. You
That checks.
managed to beat it. So you do land on your bed. At one point, you could have... You think you almost whiff it and land on the not the headboard, but the base. But you're on your bed.
Yeah, that's a good question. Does he actually have a Goliath-sized bed?
Oh fuck, that's true. I'm 7'9".
You have a bed. Not a Goliath-sized bed. It's it's about a double. It's about a double bed that's been put together.
So his torso is on and head are on the bed. His legs are just out there.
I'm
Yeah.
imagining that he just lays on catty cornered so he can fit it up to his knees.
I will say this, above game, you can request to have your bed changed out for a Goliath-sized bed.
Noted.
But if you're going to enjoy some slip... Salus, what are you doing in your dormitory?
As the night is winding down, Salus is going to look at his room, which is, at this juncture, currently covered in... It has kind of a musty, dusty smell to it, and it's currently covered in old scrolls and books. He walks on over to a small desk, and he pulls out a sheet of paper that he had in his school outfit. He unfurls to a sketch of what looks like an old tapestry of some sort. And he's just going to unfurl it and look at it intently before placing it upon the wall. Nothing yet. I'll keep looking, though. He is going to open up a book, and he's going to spend the rest of the night reading.
Alrighty. And with that, we will cut to Ender. Ender, what are you doing in your dormitory? You're about 4 floors higher than your friends, which would put you about 4 floors above Iapetus and Daedalus, and about 6 floors above Salus and Goldblum.
A certain smell would begin wafting from Ender's room. A smell of meat, of honey, of cooking. The sound of sizzling meat would echo from the room that he was working in. Before him, a large slab of steak being fried with this almost frost-like glossy film of fat, slowly being cooked in its own juices. First off, being seared to perfection. Ender reaches into his pouch, pulls out some spices, pouring it on there. Off to the side is cooking this very malty honey cake, shaped like a honeycomb. He sprinkles a little bit of sugar and a bit of a honey glaze on it. But off to his right, a gallon of honey that he just used his alchemy jug to grab. And not too far away from that is a pear that's some pears that are being poached in honey and being prepared in a very warm honey sauce. A little bit of mint and a little bit of honeycomb sprinkled along with that. And there is pretty much making food for anybody that if anybody shows up, they're getting food. He's taking account of the carnivores, he's taken account of the vegetarians, he's taken account of the omnivores. He's got some sweets, he's got some meats, he's got some fruits, and he's got some salads ready to go. And he is cooking his heart out, baby.
That's a good thing you are, because a few students caught a whiff of that from the outside, even though they're on different levels, and they're following the smell of their nose. They're following their nose wherever it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So you've gotten a few people visiting you.
And basically, this is he's pretty much making friends, and there's one surefire way to make a friend, and that's going through their gut. The best way to most people's hearts is through their stomachs.
Fact. Seriously. Above game. Facts.
That's how you would make a friend with me. Daedalus, much different.
So he's serving a large steak that's being cooked in its own juices. It's very moist, very succulent. It's being cooked to perfection. No overcooking of steaks in this house. He's serving honey cakes, which are moist and delicious malted barley honey cakes with a honeycomb in a honeycomb shape, sprinkled with sugar and a honey glaze. And on top of that, poached pears in honey, perfectly poached pears served with warm honey sauce, garnished with a fresh mint and a bit of honeycomb. And on top of that, he's got this very nice salad of fresh greens, and the sauce is an oil-based sauce, but there's little flakes of pepper in it. It's got this. While the greens of the salad isn't anything to write home to, the sauce itself is so aromatic and fragrant. It's worth it just to drink the sauce by itself. The dressing on top of it.
Noted.
And he serves anybody that comes up for food, and he is generally spending his evening talking to his dorm mates, getting to know his dorm mates, and generally making himself well known. He is playing the social circle.
The socialites, an excellent choice. And you do. You enjoy the company of all these different students from years 1 primarily, and a few year 2s and year 3 students. And of course, as the night goes on, everything... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I do have one question. What would I roll to make progress on working on the first of the spells I showed you, J Frost?
Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me an Arcana.
Okie dokie. Are you kidding me?
I saw that 20, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna do... Oh.
Oh! Okay, I'm not animating any pins tonight.
No, you're not. You think you have it. At one point, you think, by God, I can do it! And then, poof. Damn it!
But yeah, every night, because Daedalus only meditates for 4 hours, gonna be working on spells or possible owl conspiracies. It really depends on what happens.
Yes. And as you begin your work, we drift off into the night. Slowly, surely. And what seems like almost a full night time has passed. Iapetus, you hear a knock at the door.
She will slowly get up from where she was meditating. And as she goes over to the door, she'll say, Who is it?
The knock.
Did you say there was just a knock?
Just another knocking.
Huh. Let's see. She'll say again, "Hey, look, it's still kind of late. Who is it?"
You watch as words begin to form right in front of you. You are requested. Your presence is requested.
It says requested. Does it say from whom?
Nope.
She's going to back away from the door slowly while kind of getting herself together, like putting some of her like I would be going outside clothes back on as she says, "Requested by who?"
Do you say this out loud?
Yes.
The words begin to form and change again. Your presence is requested by staff. Compliance is mandatory.
By staff, compliance is mandatory. How far away are the others in proximity to her room?
Daedalus is right next door to you.
Right.
And there is about a few floors up, and the other two are about 2 floors down.
Floors down. Could we argue outside of Daedalus that probably would be over 120 feet?
More than likely, yeah.
Okay, so then, against her better judgment, she's going to send a message to Daedalus, and say, hey, do you have any weird messages in front of your door right now?
Let me check. Because Daedalus probably would not have laid down to meditate until he'll need to be, like, somewhere within 4 hours. So then, Mealy goes over, opens door.
You open your door, Daedalus. Interesting. What do you do?
I open the door, I look out. Are there any words? Anything out of the ordinary?
Not on your door.
If he looked out, would he be able to see then if there was someone in front of my door?
Yes, he would if he looks out.
Yes. Oh. Daedalus will walk up to the door. Though I'm going to assume he's looking at words backwards.
Daedalus,
Yeet.
you are looking out into the hallway over towards Iapetus' room, correct?
Yeet.
You see a very familiar sight. You see in fact, let me change the music. There we go. You would happen to be looking, and you see a sight that is very familiar to you.
Oh.
Standing at 6'2", in blackened robes with emerald trim and a singular mono glowing green eye, is Professor Nelok, staring at Iapetus' door.
Fuck me.
Daedalus puts one finger to his ear, message to Iapetus. Ha ha! We're in danger.
Okay. Given his tone, she's going to assume that he's not joking around. So she will say out loud, understood. If I can have a moment, I will finish making myself presentable. Is there anything that I need to bring with me?
The words on your door start to shift. No.
Understood. I guess, what was the limit on how many times I can send message? I can't remember. Or use
Unlimited
message?
because of cantrip.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay, so then she's just gonna let Daedalus know the person outside of the door summoned me. Who was the person? It says that it's mandatory for staff and that I have to go, so I'm going to head out, but let me know who the person was.
You remember the professor, right?
We met quite a few of those. Are you referring to Sharpbeak?
No, the horrifying one.
Her hand goes to the back of her neck. The one that pricked us in the hallway, or felt like it pricked us?
Yes, that one.
Oh, goody. Alright, well, get yourself ready. You might be summoned as well.
I hope not. Close his door.
And she will do what she was told to do. Quick question above game though, Frost.
Yes.
Are we at this point where if we were going to ready spells, this would have been the time to do it since we had our rest, or no?
You would have had a long rest. So
Okay.
yes.
I will work on that while you continue along. I am in danger. But yeah, she's going to do what she was told and go outside of the door because she was ordered to.
As you open the door, you look and see Professor Naylock standing there silently, his single emerald green eye looking down at you from his metallic skull face.
Good evening, Professor. You said that I am requested by staff?
You are requested as of myself.
Then how may I help you, Professor?
You will answer questions.
Understood. I'll answer to the best of my ability. What would you like to know?
Me. And he immediately walks over to Daedalus's room.
Message to Daedalus. I hope you got ready. He's on his way to you.
You just hear back. Darn. Okay. Daedalus opens up the door. He's in his sleeping outfit, which very much looks like an old Hugh Hefner-esque, like, smoking lounge jacket, cravat, slippers.
Good grief.
Hair down, headband is on a rack somewhere. Put on his glasses. Hello there! What can I do for you?
Your presence is required. Come.
Alright then. Grabs spellbook, tucks it into smoking jacket. Let's go.
And as you walk out, you've reunited with your dear sister, Iapetus. You watch Naylock just weave his hand, and for a brief second, you both smell the faint scent of copper. And you watch as Professor Naylock goes to Salus's door.
Can I roll Arcana to figure out what just happened?
By all means.
Yeah. Give us a 18. Okay, phew.
Good news! This man just transported you and your sister down 2 floors.
Oh, Goody. Is there any way that we'd notice any correlation between him picking us out individually and the whole getting pricked or feeling that weird sensation on our neck?
You wouldn't have a clue.
Dang it!
I was about to say, with my Arcana check, would I be able to figure out how scary it is that he he successfully teleported without sight?
Roll me a general intelligence.
Oh boy! All right. Game. Why don't you let me? Give me 1 second here.
Well, no, by all means, take your Tim. Take your Tims.
There it is. For a second there, my sheet was glitching out. 13.
Well, it's a little difficult to say, but you are able to pick up the fact that this man didn't use any somatic components, nor did he use any intricate weaving. The fact that you were able to all three teleport down 2 floors without sight, or without basic arcane incantation, is a little worrisome.
Okay, that is getting filed away under scary things, but not said out loud yet.
We're going along. Iapetus is probably going to as she's within range of her different classmates, try to let them know, hey, so Exnay, Professor Naylock A, coming to our doors to gather us. Get ready.
Who would you be sending these to, if you do not mind me inquiring?
I'd probably send them to Salus, and as we got closer to Goldblum's room, probably to Goldblum. She wouldn't send it necessarily to Endair, because as far as she knows, Endair never encountered him.
Give me a second. Neato. Alright. Salus, Goldblum, you received these messages.
How does that work if I'm passed out? Is it like in a dream?
He's sending it not knowing.
Ah.
It's like hearing it in a dream, but also hearing it in your ear, like being whispered to you. Salus, there's a knocking at your door.
Salus will just go, ugh. I'll get up, open the door. Whoa.
You look out the door. Professor Naylock is standing right in front of you.
Hello. Alright, I guess.
I'm assuming you just get dressed a little bit and...
Basically, I was still in my normal clothes. I hadn't gone to bed yet.
Ah, got it. You are tagged along and put into your little grouping with Daedalus and Iapetus. Naylock goes over to Goldblum's door. There is knocking on your door, Goldblum.
He will try to grab something to throw at the door.
Okay, what are you throwing?
The first thing he grabs onto, whatever that may be, without even looking.
I'll say it's a book.
That poor owl.
I approve.
You throw
Want me to roll
the
dex
door.
for it?
No need. Goldblum, do me a favor.
Oh no.
Roll me a strength saving throw.
Great. 19. That's a dirty 20.
Was the monkey sound effect in the background from somebody in the call or from the sound effects? I'm sorry.
That's the music.
Yeah, it's in the music.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
I'm
my
sorry. I
God,
just
perfect.
I just heard it. I was like, what?
Hey, Goldblum.
Oh, yes.
You're immediately jolted upright. You begin to levitate and are being brought towards the door.
Thank you. I'm tired.
The door opens up. Professor Naylock. Come.
Hey,
That's highly
Goldblum.
inappropriate.
The monotonous green eye just stares at you.
Also, I just imagine both of these guys are having to peer under the door to stare at each other. The 6'9" and the 7'9" person.
Is there anyone else in this hallway other than us, by the way? Like our
Nope.
little group?
Everything is dead quiet. Hell, do me a favor. Iapetus,
Yes.
roll me a perception.
I was literally about to ask if I could do that because it's so odd that we're just the only ones out here right now.
The forest is always quietest when a predator is on the prowl.
I am scared.
You're not wrong.
Oh, fuck me. Is that a 5 or a 13? Not sure how to read it.
That's a 5.
Okay. Bullsies.
You don't know what the hell's going on. You don't know why everything is quiet as hell.
Can I smell anything in particular or hear anything in particular given my race?
You do not smell, and everything is dead silent. The only things you could hear were Naylock's voice and your cohort's voices.
Is it dark in this hallway?
Dark, but there is a little bit of lighting due
Okay.
to very gentle night lighting coming from the wall-mounted lights. And tiny little embers of will-o-wisps just floating around in the air, doing their normal lighting duties.
So if she's allowed to, if it's not gonna get her in trouble, on herself, she's just gonna do protection from evil and good.
By all means.
So I guess I will just press the boop.
Well, now comes the fun part. You have to choose what you're protecting yourself from.
This is fine. She's not sure what, but she'll try. Average celestial elementals. Oh, I have to choose which one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Certain types of creatures. Neat. Creatures of the size of this. She's not sure what he is or why, but for right now, she's just gonna put it. She's gonna go with a gut and say undead, just to be on the safe side, given what she's dealt with prior, and the weird crap they've encountered. She's not sure, but that's just what she's gonna do.
As you cast your spell, and are, of course, having Goldbloom brought to you by Naylock, he looks to you and says, "That spell is completely unnecessary. You will not be dealing with anything of the sort or variety."
Oh, well, that's good to know. Just erring on the side of caution. We've had you'd understand, Professor, if we're a little on edge given what we've encountered the last couple of weeks.
I saw.
You cut out
And
the
the
frost.
wave of-
Yeah, you cut out a little, I'm sorry.
I am very well aware. I saw. And with a wave of his hand, the smell of copper occurs once more. And you're on a whole nother floor. And Naylock starts walking towards Endair's room.
Oh, crap. If she has time, same message to Endair that Salas and Goldbloom, so at least he has a heads up, only with
There.
a little more detail.
By all means, go ahead and send.
And
Yo.
hey, we're with it's Iapetus. Professor Naylock picked us all up individually and has been teleporting us to each person's pickup room. You might want to get ready. He's about to pick you up.
When Naylock gets to Indare's door, the door is immediately open before he has to do anything. Indare is pulling his shawl over his head. He places one arm behind his back. Greetings and salutations, Professor. And he offers a honey cake.
Oh.
With
He
those
looks-
big, happy Indare eyes.
Are you trying to persuade this man?
Sure!
Roll me with disadvantage.
Come on.
Not like
This is going to be bad, but hey, he's got to try. 17!
Feed the
bad.
skeleton man.
I need to roll 2 d20s for him.
He has advantage against me?
He has advantage against anyone.
I mean, to be fair, if he's supposed to be similar to the Tin Man, it'd be that whole lack of emotion.
He rolled a 6 and an 18.
Oh!
I think you know which one he's gotten. He looks down at the honey cake, looks up and goes, "A gestured offering. Noted, but unnecessary."
Very well. How may I be of assistance to you today, Professor?
You will answer questions. You shall come with me and your fellow cohorts.
I'm good at that. And Indare will wait for Professor Nylock to step away from the door before he steps out and closes the door.
Okay.
Indare is being a good boy because Indare has a plausible deniability for all this shit.
Well, while we're following, Daedalus will sneak up next to Indare. Are you gonna eat that?
Just waiting for that.
Indare passes it over.
Thank you.
Passes the honey cake over. Share with the others.
Thank you. Totally forgot to eat today. Starts eating.
Forgot
Mood.
to eat today. But
And after a few moments, go ahead, Zai.
oh no. I was just gonna be like, forgot to eat today, but we ate at, and she's just gonna stop and not say anything else.
That was 8 hours ago, okay? We're technically in a new day period.
After a few moments, Indare's shawl takes on the smell of last night's dinner.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
Is that steak? Am I the only one smelling that? I just actually saying this out loud because and suddenly there's steak in the air essentially.
Steak and poached pears and salad and honey cake, warm honey cake instead of that cold stuff.
I was about to say, if Daedalus had spent any time with, like, Indare in the library, he would have just become desensitized to Indare smelling like food.
True.
Iape just has a good sense of smell, so at this point she's just gonna be like, remind me to make a note to stop by when you cook.
Indare just gives a little bit of a smile as he's following Professor Naylock wherever he's going.
Yeah.
He's
pretty
going
much.
towards the group.
He's following along.
Well, wait, you said he's going towards the group? I thought we were following him.
Oh. Either or. I mean, it's up to you guys if you wanted to tag along with him when he went up to the doors.
Well, you
I mean,
did
I
teleport
figured
us.
you were being summoned, so
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought we were being teleported, so, like, I thought we didn't have a choice.
Allow me to rephrase. He just basically he's getting you all grouped together. My apologies. I can English today.
My English also do the hard.
Yes. And as you are all grouped together...
Sorry, water.
Oh, you good. A single wave of his hand. The faint smell of copper once more. And now you're all in the Fire Jolt Café.
Oh, goody. Oh, wow.
Specifically, you're back in the back room of it, where the frog race took place.
Quick question. Could I do another intelligence check to try to figure out how far a distance that would be?
Yeah.
One second, I don't know why the sheet wants to glitch out on me here. There we go. 16.
This man has teleported you some pretty solid distance, because the Fire Jolt Café, just from where Endair's room is, which is stated to be the highest room that your group is in, to the Fire Jolt Café, which is well across the campus, that's definitely around anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 feet.
On one hand, Daedalus is clearly impressed and wants to learn how to do this. On the other hand, his very small, self-protection instinct is going off like, oh no. So, both are fighting right now.
Fear and fun. The two greatest.
Yeah, no. Daedalus has a very small self-preservation voice. It's trying its best.
Also, it dawns on me, I don't think this professor has actually told us his name yet, has he?
Nope. You guys already know it.
Oh.
I do not.
Yeah, all of us except for Indair were told it by the barista.
Well, Iapetus just sent a message earlier.
True.
So now he knows who summoned him, but now he has an appearance to go with the name. The curious question, she's going to ask Indair, like via message, if he felt any sort of pricking sensation after he left the cafe. Because now she's curious then as to how or why he was summoned.
Endair says nothing, but gives the slightest shake of the head, keeping his shawl pulled pretty tight against his head.
She'll make note and keep walking.
Oh, there's nowhere to walk. You guys are in the room where the incident occurred. You're directly there.
Endair sits at the spot where he sat the last time.
I guess might as well get comfy. Has anything changed since we left?
Nope.
Daedalus... Oh, go ahead.
Salus will find a nice wall to prop himself up against.
Daedalus will start innately casting Detect Magic, because he can do it at will, and he'll start looking around and see if there's any more traces of the magic from before.
Daedalus,
Yes.
as you cast your Detect Magic, you are hit with an overwhelming amount of chronomancy. Like a tidal wave is coming over you.
Daedalus will just clutch his arcane matrix that he's using as a tie pin for his cravat and just be like,
In fact, Salus, your passive perception 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the clock. It's not moving.
So
It's
when you
dead
said-
stopped at midnight.
So when you said nothing changed, wow.
The minute hand is not moving. Not a sound is being made. If you wish, Salus, you can make me a general intelligence check.
Nah, Salus doesn't care.
Alright.
That's the spirit. Says the limp Goliath.
Yeah, Salas will walk over to Goldblum. It's like, hey, buddy, you might want to wake up.
I'm awake. I'm just resting my body.
Salas will just prop up Goldblum so that he is standing there. All right, I'll give you a shoulder.
That is not necessary. Nailok walks up to Goldblum. He puts a single finger on Goldblum's forehead. Goldblum!
Yes.
Your body feels an immediate jolt of energy. As if you re-drank that coffee again, without it going insane in through your system.
So I'm normal and not super speedy hasty.
Not, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You are the students who have been part of this situation, similar to the Mimic, correct?
Apetus will nod.
Yeah, that was us.
Will answer my questions 100% truthfully. Any lies will result in punishment.
We will do the best that we can. But, Professor, if we're being honest, we're confused about a lot of what we witnessed ourselves. We're still very new.
True. This is true. Immediately looks across to each and every one of you. I will go down the list. You will explain to me the actions. Points immediately to Goldblum. You will start first.
Okay.
Explain.
Well, we were above game. I'm gonna try to be honest, but my memory sucks.
You're good.
We were racing frogs, and after the race, they just got big and attacked us. I tried to fix the furniture up.
Noted. Shifts its gaze to you, Salus. And
Well,
you-
we were, as Goldblum said, we were racing frogs here. They grew out of size for some reason. I honestly forget if that was explained. We grew out of size for some reason, attacked us. We fought back, defeated the frogs. Heard that someone was coming down to check on it, and then we skedaddled.
turns to you, Daedalus.
Well, aside from what everyone else said, the only thing I can really think that was interesting was that I detected magic after I dispelled whatever was enlarging the frogs. I assume it would have been a normal transmutation spell similar to Enlarge Reduce, but instead, I noticed a strange magical signature. Very faint, hard to check. Possible notes of divine magic given the strange residue of multiple schools, but I could not ascertain the exact nature of it. If I could see it again, possibly I would know the similar register, but then again, I would need to properly study.
Sid, your statement is noted. Turns to you, Ender.
When he turns to Ender stands up, hands behind his back. Yesterday afternoon, 4 owls were sent to various students. Said students informed them, emotions over towards Goldblum, Daedalus, Iapetus, and Silas. I was in the cafe at the time, in the Biblioplex. Iapetus came and informed me of the situation. The 4 of them then went to go get lunch. I proceeded to walk to the Fire Jolt Café. I spent roughly about 2 to 2.5 hours in the Fire Jolt Cafe by myself until such a time that the meeting point was supposed to be. Upon that time, I walked into this particular room. The 4 of them joined shortly after. There were 4 frogs already at the table, along with 4 other students. In the middle of racing, those 4 decided to take part in racing said frogs. I sat back and watched. In the middle of racing these frogs, they all grew giant. One of our other students was consumed. Of course, the 5 of us jumped in to try to help. I tried to keep the frogs off as most as I could. The only magic that I used was restoration magic and healing spells on my fellow students to try to keep them alive. Shortly after all 4 frogs was defeated, one of the frogs belched up this thick purple liquid. Upon inspection of the thick purple liquid, we were able to deduce that someone had combined a combination of bug paste and honey into this strange mixture to make the frogs consume it. After they belched up this liquid, they all returned back to normal. And upon further investigation, that is when we determined that this was the same liquid that was inside of the mimic from a few weeks ago at the Biblioplex. Shortly after this, the 5 of us split ways and went on our way. I had a meeting with Professor Melf before returning back to my dormitory, where I spent the evening cooking for a number of students, and these students can ascertain my whereabouts for the rest of the evening.
At which point, Daedalus will raise his hand. I am currently investigating all of the owls. I believe they are behind it. Also, Professor Who?
The 4 students also have the 4 students that were sent the owls also have no recollection of who sent the owls. They believe that they were sent by the other students, and there, as far as I'm aware, there was no kind of meetings or any kind of signatures on the notes that was ascertained.
Yeah. But what was that other professor's name again?
Professor Melf?
Can I do a history check on that?
You can. It'll be a disadvantage. And also, Ender, as soon as you mention that name, you watch that singular glowing green eye. Well, you know how a camera tends to have its lens zoom in and kind of focusing, becoming smaller with the metal, kind of creating that gun barrel?
Yeah.
That's happening with his eye. And it's fixated on you.
And
Like a
Dare
sniper
is talking to him like he is talking to the police. He is giving straight answers. He is not breaking eye contact, and he is not making any kind of moves.
Also, I rolled a 14 with disadvantage.
You've heard a passing of the name, but not much about that professor.
Yeah, I was about to say. As in, Melf's minute meteors? Acid arrow?
Do not give them credit for such accomplishments.
Are they not related?
No. And you watch the eye immediately look up at you, Daedalus.
Iapetus would like. It's hard. It's gonna be hard to incite this teacher, I know. But the fact that they showed a little bit of emotion there, as much as you could get from whatever it is, I would like to incite that. 'Cause
By all means, please insight.
Seems like they have something against this teacher. I failed. It's fine. I don't know.
Noted. You can't get a read. It's hard to get a read off of something that's literally robotic.
Well,
The
while Daedalus
camera zooming ends.
Yeah, I was about to say, while Daedalus is being stared at by him, I was like, well, I was hoping for a chance to meet possibly one of the people who created some of the most famous named spells. I'm kind of a fan, but I guess if they're not related,
Daedalus, no, this, I don't, Professor doesn't want this. Let's not, I don't think he wants to do this, Lucy. This isn't the time.
Time. A funny concept. You are aware of why it is only you 5 I am talking to.
To be honest,
Loosely?
Professor, no.
Because we were the ones that encountered the mimic as well, sir?
Correct. This is correct. And you watch as he weaves one single wave of his hand. 5 copies of you, made of what appears to be golden sand, show up. As well as the frogs and your fellow classmates. And you watch as these golden sand-like images of yourself begin to act out, movement for movement, of the same way you did when the whole situation went down.
Fascinating. Daedalus is just like right up next to his sand doppelganger, just watching as it moves. Wishing he had something to take notes. Like patting down his smoking jacket. No.
Seeing this, Iapetus is going to say, Professor, forgive my forwardness, but if you are aware and able to see everything that took place, given obviously your abilities, what further questions could we have been able to answer that would have provided clarity?
You were to answer questions in a way that I could collaborate and ensure were 120% truthful. Anything that would be even considered subpar would be subject to extreme interrogative methods.
Understood. Fair enough.
Importantly, you are to answer this question. He looks up to all of you. Are any of you into chronomancy?
Not yet.
No, not that I'm aware of. I mean, I find it interesting, but I never studied it.
I like rocks and plants.
He blinks once. I see. You are clear. He immediately walks back a little bit. You will be returned to your dorms immediately. Once you are returned safely, time will resume. You are to not speak of this situation to anyone. Not until you have been given a clearance. The investigation shall continue. I have spoken.
Good.
And before he sends you off, Bob,
Yes.
feel a prick on the back of your neck.
Ah, dang it.
Welcome to the
One
club.
of us. One of us.
Has he shunted us yet? Because Iapetus thought of another question.
He has not yet, but he is... You can watch his hands elegantly moving quickly, and you're seeing these golden sigil-based symbols appearing in air.
She's just gonna quickly ask, Professor Naylock, just to confirm. So, if any other professors ask us about what took place, we are not to say anything?
Correct. This is correct. This entire investigation is being kept quite closed until further notice.
Okay. Understood. Wanted to confirm.
Into your dormitories. And with that, as soon as he finishes that sentence, the sigils disappear, single wave of his hand, and you're all sent back to your dormitories. I would like everyone to do me a favor and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
That's a
Are
nat
you
one.
kidding me?
Okay.
That's a
Oh, no.
natural 20.
Fuck you, you stole my roll!
Natural one.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And
So-
I even waited.
Iapetus and Salus will not need to do this. You have passed. Salus, in fact, you feel actually quite nice. But as for our natural one friends here, please roll me a d20 each of you.
Oh, boy.
Oh. That's a 17.
No, I had a
Okay.
17.
Wait.
You had 19.
Ah.
8.
Yeah, all right. Goldblum, you get a little bit of whiplash, but it's not too bad. Daedalus, get a little bit more whiplash.
Get!
And there.
Mm-hmm.
That food you ate. It's coming back up, buddy. It's
Who
coming
wants
back up
chowder?
violently.
I run to my window, I stick my head out the window, and I just let it go.
Oh,
no.
tell me it's the
Please
same-
Tell me the same guys.
The same guy who got pooped on.
I'm hoping he hits an owl.
Well, he's hitting
Which then poops on the same guy.
He's hitting some walls, and he's definitely hitting some windows. That's for certain. As you have returned to your rooms, you can hear the sound of clock beginning to move again. You can hear
Immediately. Oh, go ahead.
life outside of your window, at least from the nocturnal animals.
Okay. Immediately after he returns, Daedalus is first going to look around for owls.
Alright, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Ah, nat 20!
You see that same dumb owl that you dealt with, currently outside, on a tree.
Immediately throws open window. Just a second. Don't think I'm not on to you!
This owl is now having a seizure. Yet again,
no.
falling off the tree. And is currently Harlem shaking on the ground. Do you yell this out?
Like I said, don't think I'm not on to you! And then close his window.
A window is opened up before yours closes, and you hear, "Shut the fuck up! Some people are trying to sleep!"
I'm sorry, I'm an elf! Close this window. Then, immediately tries to remember as many of those time sigils as possible and starts a new corkboard. Do I have to roll anything for that?
Intelligence.
Okie dokie. Do. 9.
They floated in and out.
Yeah. At most, it's just gonna be squiggles and being like, Chronomancy, maybe, is the title of that corkboard. Just about every wall in this room has a corkboard on it. There's some string connecting between corkboards. Daedalus doesn't believe in having a mind palace. He believes in having a physical palace of thoughts.
Alrighty. And with that, our scene will end with everyone returning to their rest. It is now 2 minutes past midnight. And I believe now would be a good time to take a nice little bio break.
Yay!
All right.
Eee.
So I need a frickin' drink. My throat is parched.
Yeah, I may have slipped out there while we were going door to door and used the bathroom just because I can be quiet.
Yeah.
I had water bottles near me the entire time and cough drops.
I'm going to be filling up my water bottle.
But
But
Dehydrated.
You see, until
I mean,
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna stop the music.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, unless Indare wants to share what that possible insight from Melf was, Daedalus is just going to continue to keep believing the owls are against him until proven otherwise.
So yeah, congratulations everybody. This was your first true encounter with your professor. Well, one of them. Have fun with that.
The worst part is, Daedalus has yet to remember that he actually, one of the people at the frog race was an owlin, and has forgotten that there's a race of people that are half owl.
Oh yeah, that's
a little interesting.
I mean, he shouldn't have forgotten the Deborah at the diner told us that if we see that owl to let him know that she's expecting a phone call.
You got.
I'm
Go ahead.
yes,
just imagining
Professor
that Daedalus's memory is just like a giant Rolodex of like a billion things he found interesting for 0.5 seconds.
Yeah,
Pretty
no.
much.
Daedalus is very much ADHD. Like, if he had a very focused mind, he would probably already have graduated from this academy. Instead, he is moving along, trying to master 1,000 trades at once.
Yep.
All right, I am going to run to the bathroom, and I shall return.
I'll keep chat company for a little bit before I gotta go grab another drink myself.
All right.
Hey, chat! Drink! Damn. Felt like a lifetime ago.
I know, right?
Also, hello, Earl. Yes, I am a slut.
Can confirm.
I'm not a slut until I have a body count. And if I keep on rolling persuasion like I do, I will have one before long.
Yeah, you've already started off with the sentient body pillow. Next thing you know, you're gonna get Tiamat.
I almost got Naylock. I almost got him.
Almost.
I was so mad that I almost got my spell, too.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of rooting for you on that one.
It's fine. You gotta remember, Daedalus only, quote-unquote, sleeps for 4 hours a night. He has plenty of time to work on spells.
Funny, because you got a lot more time as well. Remember, everything stopped at midnight.
Oh, so could I make another roll when we get back?
I would say yes.
All right. We will see.
Oh shit, time stopped at midnight for us. Does that mean that all food has no taste and we're going to be eaten by sentient meatballs?
Listen here.
Not
Listen
yet.
here, you little shit.
That's a Langoliers reference, by the way.
Yeah, I feel old remembering that.
I was about to say, crap, my brain. But yeah, also, I'll say this for the few people who also follow my Twitter while it's going on. There might be another game on the way. I mean, I've only got 20 applications for players-ish.
Ish.
What? A new potential game? Do you want to talk about it, Vaughn?
I mean, I'm only talking about it if only to reference this stuff so it's kept in the archive. But yes, I have an idea because I have 13 Warlock pack boons that the lovely Bangarang Aliko is helping me format. So I need to find art for it, which means that I definitely need to save up the $400 I have to pay in court fees so that way I can then save up money to pay for art for that publication because he's put in so much work. But I've got 13 pack boons that need testing, so I've decided to try to shop around the idea for an all-Warlock campaign because, boy, with these new pack boons, you could flavor any Warlock however you want them to fill a variety of roles, from tank to support. Who knows what we could do? But yes, there's a lot of things that could happen. The problem is, I don't have a DM. I don't have a setting. I don't have a date. But I do have 20-some-odd people who want to play. So we will see what happens. I may have to reach out to some very interesting people. Yes, El Robot wants to play the very first of all the pack boons I created, which is Pact of the Rod, a.k.a. Pact of the Magical Girl. Because this all started from the idea of not all warlocks are magical girls, but all magical girls are warlocks. So I decided, why don't we just see if we can fix that?
Rod.
Thank you, Wiley. But don't forget, we've got Pact of the Rod, Pact of the Claw, Pact of the Spirit, Pact of the Song, Pact of the Crown, Pact of the Room, Pact of the Egg.
Egg.
Yes. Stay for the memes. Come for the memes. Stay for the meta. That's what I call that one.
I have something to show you after the game is over, Vaughn.
Oh, definitely. I
have.
Oh yes.
I have found a new content creator that adores warlocks.
Uh-huh.
And he's dark as fuck.
Ooh, sounds fun. But yeah, no. Like, one of the things I really want to do is just, like, show people of all the things you could create. For instance, like, Pact of the Wand. Or Pact of the Crown. Would you like to be a Disney princess, a Disney villain, or a Disney fairy godmother? Hey, just roll up an Archfey Warlock and take one of those 3 packs. And hey, new character concept. Right there for you, all for the taking. Go ahead. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'll let you know if anything happens. Also, we may have some fun surprises coming up within the next month or so for Cholta Personality, which is the other D&D stream that we do on this channel, which is every Tuesday, where this is a bi-weekly game, that is a weekly game, and oh boy, Tomb of Annihilation is super fucking dangerous. Everything wants to kill us. So if you like that kind of theme, why don't you come out on Tuesdays? That would be 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. And if you miss any of that, guess what? We have a YouTube channel, just for the sake of keeping up with all this content. So, I'll drop a link in the chat here. Oh, thank you,
Oh
Zai.
boy. I return.
Guy's on top of things.
Yes.
It's because you're playing a module called Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah.
That's why, zombie.
Well, no, that's also the reason why we've had to establish the first rule of Cholt: everything wants to kill us. It literally became an episode title.
You see, you guys are just missing the magical words that you need to say before every single game. It's a little song form that I like to call, "And nothing can go wrong."
You see, no, we can't say that because several things have already gone wrong. We were level 5 when we met a lich, okay? The rails have been jumped.
Again, you just gotta sing that, and then the universe won't dare, throw that kind of shit at you.
We had a dragon thrown at us at level 7, okay? We're not singing any more songs. There's no joviality. Except for Wick.
Vaughn?
Wick is yes.
We were level 2 when a dragon bitch slapped one of my party members.
Yeah.
I mean, we're level 3. We met like 4 archmages and Tiamat in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
True, we're level...
Also, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, Bill Clinton. You met Bill Clinton, you met Tiamat, you met Frank.
We didn't meet Bill Clinton, but we had heard about Bill Clinton.
We
Yeah.
met parts of Frank.
Yeah, you
Okay,
met the
question,
tentacle
though.
part.
Yes.
When do we get into the situation where we hear this?
We wanna fuck the chocolate.
Run, zombie.
Well,
FD.AI is a fun program.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
You're gonna have to
Says
give me
the-
a while
well,
to
no,
work
wait.
on my culminating for that.
I just want to point out one thing. The person who said I am an adult is the youngest person in this call by a wide margin.
No, I'm not. Wait, am I? J Frost is younger. I'm 30.
27.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. J Frost is the youngest.
Wait, what?
I
Am
think.
I?
I don't know,
We're
man.
old
I'm
folks here.
30.
Wait, hold on.
I don't act and behave like it, but I am 30.
Wait a fucking minute.
31.
Apparently black don't crack, but yeah, I'm in my 30s. I'm 33.
Pardon me, I need to drink this fucking whiskey.
Don't worry. When I look old, it'll be like all at once.
Oh my god. You
That's just
reminded
how
me
it
of-
works for me.
You just reminded me of that old comic book, like cartoon I saw someone draw where it was like it showed what was possibly like a East Asian lady in like in her teens, then in her 20s, and nothing had changed. In her 40s, there was like a couple lines, but nothing had changed. And then it showed like 65, and it was like 2 feet shorter and hunched over. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh my god.
I want you people to know I just drank out of a glass replica of Clone Trooper Kev's head.
Oh my.
Just so I can not feel the creeping of time itself coming to claim my kneecaps like a friggin' goblin.
Oh, good. That's just Nihilak coming to hunt you down.
Yeah.
Hey,
no.
why does my back feel prickly?
I'm
God.
just waiting for J Frost to go over to Fluster Bun and be like, I need this many professors.
You joke. Look, Ron, if you're in chat right now, I'm giving you this heads up right the fuck now. I am probably gonna need a couple of commissions from you ASAP. I will get in contact with you.
I need 32 professors, and they all need bedroom eyes. Especially Naylock.
Well, no.
No.
Naylock has bedroom
will be
eye.
the unfuckable one.
Singular.
Also, J. Frost, I may have predicted this and already sent them that same Necron art that I showed the gang to them.
Just Naylock's like metal hands or body somewhere to just be an ooh face. And, like, it's like
Oh,
you
God.
wouldn't expect it. Like some random kid in permanent fucking wand sharp.
Two people to understand. I have work tomorrow, and I cannot drink myself fast enough.
Joke's
Perhaps
on you.
then
I
we-
don't have a job anymore, so I can be as wild as I want.
Quick, let's distract J Frost with D&D so he doesn't get more drunk.
Don't test me. I will go into maximum over cringe.
Completely unrelated. If you hear like a loud whistle, that's the tea kettle, and so I'll probably go turn it off at some point.
All right, good to know. But if we're all back, are we ready to get back into the game?
Did J Frost go to the bathroom?
I'm back.
And better than ever.
The bathroom did not take another soul.
I hope not, otherwise I'd have questions.
Don't
Nah,
anger
it's
Mr.
just-
Toilet Man.
Yeah, it's that one dude from The Legend of Zelda, Toilet Hand.
Oh god.
All right, well, I'm going
Knight
to
of
switch
the
back
Living
over to the
Toilet.
live scene. There we go.
Woo woo, let's do this.
Ooh, woo, everyone make me death saving throws.
Ooh, okay.
Doesn't hit the button, but thinks it.
Alrighty.
I failed.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, everybody back?
Yee.
Vaughn.
Arcana check?
No. You. Yeah. For if you're wanting to do some more work on that spell, yes.
16.
You get some progress down. And that's a
Okay.
success.
All right, I'll mark down one success towards. I'll even name the spell just because I want to see if chat gets excited for Daedalus' first created spell. Daedalus' Terrific Transcriber.
Okay. And with that, our setting returns. Everybody else back? Let me run down the list. I know, Vaughn, that was you. CG?
Yo.
Bob?
The insides are on fire.
Wiley?
Chocolate?
Fucking man. Sigh?
Reason.
Oh, thank God. Okay. We return back to our lovely group of friends. It is now morning. Everyone has managed to gain a long rest. And with that, we begin with your first day of classes. Now, I'm not going to bore you all because, Jesus Christ, there's a fucking ton, a lot of classes. But you all will actually be in part of a classroom. And in fact, let me play some classroom music right now. Let's see.
Is it wrong that my finger was currently hovering over the theme song?
You all would be gathered together in a singular classroom with a few of your classmates. A couple gnomes, some humans, elves, dwarves, tieflings, Goliaths, a few merfolk, many more. You are currently within your general studies class. And sitting up front is Professor Morg.
Oh boy.
And then there's this asshole.
I find him delightful.
Professor Morg has been giving a long, drawn-out speech, basically describing the arcane generalistics, the introductory phases, and as soon as his spiel is done, he is, of course, walked out of the room and replaced with yet another professor, a smaller man, a gnome, with wide glasses, a nice, proper beard, wearing a three-piece suit. He takes off his jacket and introduces himself as Professor Melvin. He is the school's head illusionist. And of course, he gives his introductory styles upon illusionary magic. I would like everybody to do me a favor.
Okay.
Please roll me an intelligence check.
13.
13? Alrighty.
24.
Excellent. A 24.
Whoa.
Oh boy!
How fitting.
Copeland, roll me a singular d20.
Oh god. 16. I was partially hoping for another one.
Goblin.
Sal's got a 6.
Yeah, Salus, Iapetus, Professor Melvin in his higher pitched voice is just annoying you guys. You're just like, meh. Goldblum, you're bored out of your goddamn mind. In fact, you feel like you're ready to sleep again. As far as the rest of you, Daedalus, you're taking your notes upon illusionary magic. It's a very useful magic to study up on. And there, illusionary magic has many a practical property, especially when it comes to the theatrics and flair of culinary craft and culinary colomancy. Ooh. In fact, there's actually a presentation shown by Professor Melvin, and allow me to demonstrate. Alrighty, students, and this is how you give what I like to call the little razzle-dazzle. And he thrusts his hands forward, and you all watch as fireworks begin to appear.
Ooh.
Sounds and smells going off.
Salus raises his hand.
Yes, Creed.
Sir, I was a little out of it. Could you please repeat about the applications involved with potential food with illusions?
Oh yes, no problem, Mr. Creed. Here, allow me to re-explain. You see, when it comes to culinary craft, especially when it comes to arcane culinary craft, half of it is dealt within the theatrical presence. You see, you want to be able to utilize your illusionary scripts and magics to basically give a little pizzazz, so to speak. Remember, it's all about showmanship, especially when it comes to illusionary magic. While true, you can use it for deceitful means, and of course, less than stellar opportunities, you can also use it to heighten the senses of others, to be able to dazzle, proclaim, and most importantly, to shock and awe. And you watch as this man immediately flings his hands up, and you see a great illusionary dragon appear right in front of all of you. A red dragon.
Oh, a red dragon? Not a green dragon, J. Frost?
No, not yet. Now, who can tell me what a practical application of a dragon would be in terms of illusionary magics? Besides fear.
Ooh. Oh.
Anyone? There are no wrong answers.
I don't know. Do I want to use my buff game knowledge on this?
I really wanted to come up with something, but the fear effect was basically what Daedalus was thinking.
Now, students.
Ender raises a hand.
Ah, Mr. Ender.
Educational purposes, Professor. One of the best ways in order to learn about a creature is to be able to see a creature, because a great many students learn through visual methods rather than, say, hands-on approach.
Exactly. That's a good answer, Mr. Ender. Good for you. Good for you. You get a good mark. Now,
Salus will raise his hand.
Ooh, Mr. Creed.
Actually attacking your opponents. Not just pretending to attack them, but actually attacking them.
Elaborate for me, Mr. Creed. Remember, this is an illusionary dragon.
That is exactly what it is, my professor. I was doing some reading with the prescribed materials, and I found this here spell called Illusory Dragon.
Yes, that. Very good. I almost nearly forgot about that. Good thinking, Mr. Creed. Good thinking. Marks to you as well. Anyone else? Anyone?
Daedalus immediately starts writing down Illusory Dragon and underlines it 3 times.
Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, well, I believe that is it for today. Anyways, students, if you would be so kind, I will be passing off the torch, so to speak, and he puts in air quotes, to the next professor. Please remain in your seats. You will be able to enjoy the company of our dear tenured Professor Melf. This will be her 10th year at our current school. Please give her a warm welcome again for those of you that are new. And for those of you that are old, please do not make crass jokes. Especially you, Mr. Bottomsworth. And you will watch as a dwarven student kind of just goes beet red. Those comments of yours will get you expelled.
All I'm gonna say is, again, hearing that name, one of Daedalus' eyes does the full rock raise over his glasses.
Anyways, a good day to you, students. I will see you hopefully next week. And as he packs up his stuff and walks out, the rest of you see a beautiful, beautiful chocolate-skinned woman with light chocolate skin, dark curly hair, pointed ears, sky blue eyes, in a beautiful white, gold, and sky blue dress, walking in. As she enters in and lays down a bit of her books, she looks to you all and flashes you all a smile with pearl white teeth, going, "Good morning, class. I am Professor Mel, and today you watch as she thrusts
Before
her hand.
anything, Daedalus' hand is immediately up.
Oh, yes, Mr. Daedalus?
Would you happen to be related to the Melf, as in Melf's Acid Arrow, Melf's Minute Meteors, and other such spells?
Oh, goodness, no. Unfortunately, I'm not, though I can understand the confusion. But I am very familiar with her works, and in fact, I'm actually someone who tends to enjoy, well, experimenting with previous magics to create new magics.
Daedalus immediately gets excited, puppy face. Listening intently.
Today we will be discussing Arcane Revolution, and of course its practical effect. So, let us begin. And she immediately, utilizing her hand, begins to weave sigils. The presentation board behind her starts to glow and emanate with a soft light. And you see a 3D rendering of shapes, text, and of course, you see this weaving of magic just begin to formulate. So, tell me, students, what do you know of magic?
Ooh, Daedalus' hand, Amelia, up, waving, side, side.
Yes, Mr. Daedalus?
Magic is what we ascribe to our control of the weave, the natural forces that we cannot fully explain that interact with our environment. By controlling them, we are able to create different effects that would not naturally occur in our world.
Excellent, excellent. Very good, very good. Now, to follow up with that answer, let me follow it up with another question. How does one maintain the weave? How does one access the weave?
Daedalus again, hand up.
Iapetus will raise her hand.
Daedalus will come back to you. Miss Iapetus.
I would imagine that depending on the magic that we wish to study, for instance, if we wanted to focus on, for instance, plants and druidic magic, like you would spend more time looking at plants and interacting with them, or trying to get more in touch with the nature around you. So I guess maybe by immersing ourselves within the magic that we are trying to utilize or study.
That is correct. And in fact, you bring up a good sample. Druidomancy pertains to natural magics of nature. You also happen to have the normal arcanes such as abjuration, conjuration, evocation, and so on and so forth. Clerical magics tend to fall along the lines of the divine, and in fact, there is an argument that can be made where that is technically not considered magic per se, but instead more of divinitarius. But magic is magic. Even gods require magic. Though their tappings of it are more questionable at times. There's also Warlockian pacts, where you can draw upon the arcane energies of other entities. And then there is sorceress capabilities, magics that tend to be formed from a more direct sourcing, usually through bloodline legacies or from being exposed to high concentrated areas of arcane energy. Mr. Daedalus,
Yes.
care to add anything else to that?
Why, yes. There's also the natural arcane study, where by using your own knowledge and studying the arcane formulas by which we understand spells, you are able to record them and practice them until they become secondhand knowledge.
Of course. And what does that fall under categorical-wise?
That is naturally arcane.
But there is a special practice followed. We have a name for these individuals.
Oh, of course, wizardry.
Close. Begins with an A.
I thought I said arcane already. Above game.
Arcane.
Arcanomancy?
Close. If you follow formulas and algorithms, it technically falls along something of more scientific proportional.
Salus, is Salus close to Daedalus at this point?
Yes.
He's gonna lightly kick Daedalus's foot and just kind of like give a light gesture on over to Indare.
Artificy?
Correct. Thank you, Mr. Daedalus. Artificery is another study. It is a more recent study compared to the others, but it has its uses, especially when it comes to mechanicals. Of course, there's also alchemaic, but alchemaic artificery, well, it's a 50-50 gamble at times. Especially since the idea and concepts of elixirs of life, and of course the fabled Philosopher's Stone, which, might I add, the campus does possess.
Behind Daedalus' shades, his eyes are now dinner plates.
You can find these objects currently within the campus's Museum of Arcane History, where we do possess many valued artifacts, including the Staff of Morning Canaan, the Wand of Melf, not any relation, by the way, remember that class. You can also find the Eye of Vecna, and, most famously of all, the arcane goddess Acanaria's very own tome.
I'm just gonna roll something real quick here.
Oh goodness, did I say Arcanaria?
Oh
Hold
no! Daedalus is gripping his desk so tight there might be a slight crack after hearing about those artifacts.
Yes. Oh, did I say Artifaria? No, I'm sorry, I meant Maestra. Forgive.
Iapetus will raise her hand again. Professor, in the campus museum, is there anything regarding, I guess, the origins of maybe fairy magic?
Oh, fey magic, yes! Technically, fey magic itself is actually a combination between the original arcane weave. Though, again, this would fall under the pretext of the fey line with that of Arcania. You can usually find it within the Teardrop of Illunae.
Teardrop of Illunae?
Yes.
Huh. Thank you.
Oh, it's no problem, my dear. And as she turns around and continues her lecture, Salus, you get a thought in your head. Nice save, Mr. Creed.
For probably the first time in a long time, Salus is going to just smile and chuckle under his breath.
Meanwhile, Daedalus is just looking at the bits of desk he accidentally tore off in his hand and is just going to dump them on the floor.
While this is going on.
Actually, no. Remember,
Wait, you have an
Daedalus-
ending, don't you?
Yeah, I was about to say, Daedalus will just put him back
We
and
all
start
do.
mending. Yeah, remember, okay? We play this game only once every 2 weeks. I'm going off the
Yeah.
cantrip list in my head that involves Jolt of Personality, which is also bad because I have mending there, so Daedalus just starts casting mending to fix what he broke while his other hand is taking notes.
We're not actually going to college. We're going to trade school. We're all going to become carpenters.
Listen,
Welcome to the
Hey.
Carpenters Guild.
I think between me and Indare, a lot of things get broken. Daedalus just realized that having a way to put things back together was probably the smartest thing.
Mom won't get as mad if I fix what I broke.
Now, of
Hey,
course.
hey, I'm not carpenter here.
Now, of
You
course.
say that, but between all of us, I'm the one that's gotten into the least trouble.
That is true. That is true. Now, Mr. Goldblum, Mr. Ender, would you both do me a kind favor?
Yes, ma'am.
I could certainly try.
I want you both to immediately extend your hands out and concentrate your arcane energies.
I do so.
I do so. Or at least I
Please.
attempt to.
Please both roll me arcane checks. Just straight.
Oh. So just a 20 then. That's a 7.
15.
And there you're able to formulate your magics right in front of you. In fact, it's basically coalesced into a spherical form. Goldblum, you're having a little trouble, and in fact yours is petering in and out until it just suddenly goes poof. Ah, Having a little trouble there, Mr. Goldblum.
Yeah. That's why I'm here. I'm here to learn.
Oh, it's fine. Even the best of us have a little bit of arcane dysfunction. And as she says that, she immediately walks up to you and goes, "Here, allow me to help you." She takes your hands, and as she closes her eyes, please roll me an arcane again with advantage.
And now to do worse.
10, even at the minimum.
Yay.
Your arcane energy begins to flow forward, coalescing and creating a sphere of your own. It's just a generalized sphere, nothing too magnificent about it. Now she lets go. She goes, "Excellent. There you are. All it takes is just a little help." She gives you a wink.
He's just staring at the ball. Shiny.
Ponder
Yes.
the orb.
Yes.
Don't ponder too hard. Remember, we still have a little bit of classwork to accomplish. Now, students, if you do me a favor, please turn to your text, look within page 273, and we'll begin immediately with transmutational magics, especially with arcane revolutionaries of transmutation. We'll start with the subject of being able of alchemic transformation, specifically of lead to gold, the simplest of matters. And as this goes on and on, the class bell rings. And as you are all getting up and ready to leave, you hear Professor Melf go, "Now, students, there is something you will need to prepare for, and I want to make this quite clear and very, very noted. Not next week, not the week after, nor the week after that, but there will be an examination coming up. For those of you that are not familiar, we will be doing a magical physiologies examination. You will be working upon Slotty. It will be held within the lecture hall of the Biblioplex. We'll be covering the anatomy, abilities, and disposition of the Slotty. So I want you to immediately be prepared. Professor Ferelda Lang will be the one to take care of this examination. They are the Witherbloom College's arcanobiologist.
And that was the anatomy and physiology of what?
Slotty. I will type that up for you.
Thank you.
Above game, that's morally questionable. They may be evil, but they are sentient.
Slotty, got it. Anatomy and physiology of Slotty.
But I'm pretty sure
taking
Daedalus
notes.
hasn't heard about them.
No, you have not.
And so that's an exam that's gonna come up at some point. She didn't specify exactly when, but
It'll
she
be a
wants us
few
to
weeks
prepare
from.
for it.
Yes, it'll be a few weeks, so you'll definitely be having some time to study up. She's just giving you all the heads up.
Above game. Oh man, I got studying to do. I got homework.
You do, and actually, there's a study guide I will be finishing up either tomorrow or Monday that I will be sending you all.
Oh, that's funny because I was literally like, well, time to break out actual studying.
But anyways, returning back to our lovely game. Class is finished up. You are all dismissed. It is around lunchtime. You've managed to complete your classes, and in fact, you'll have the rest of the day off. What all do you wish to accomplish? Do you wish to spend some downtime studying? Do you wish to go check out some books? Maybe go get a cup of coffee or something?
So although Aepatus would love to study, she actually wants to find out if she can get that job. She wants to see if folks are hiring, and since she technically only spoke to that person in the cafe. If possible, she'd like to give that a shot.
Of course. You are more than welcome. I will get to you in a little while, Zai, with
Thank you,
that
sir.
potential job application.
I was about to say, Daedalus will check out the school's clubs, if only to figure out more ways to explore the school and find out what's to offer.
This is
Course.
awesome, Jared.
And the rest of you?
Coffee and study.
Coffee and study.
Indare's stopping by the school store to see if they have need of certain things that he's in possession of, as well as pick up supplies that he's going to need for his various tinkerings.
Understood. And for you, Salus?
Salus would like to see if there is a not some sort of like a history museum, like display. He'd like to investigate that.
Of course. There is actually the campus's arcane museum that currently houses many artifacts. In fact, we'll actually cut to you, Salus, for this entire scenario. Salus, you were brought before the campus's museum. Now, it's, of course, quite vast, massive. There's multiple exhibits. You have the Halls of Fame, the Halls of Infamy, the Halls of Arcane Learning, a section of the museum dedicated primarily to bestiary, and of course, there is another section dedicated as the Tomes and Histories of the Arcane. And finally, there's a section called Pre-Spell Plague.
So Salus, not really looking at the directory, but not really noticing anything jumping out at him for what he's really looking for, is instead going to kind of idly wander around, but eventually find his way to the pre-plague section.
Of course. Salus, you begin your trek into the pre-plague section. And of course, there's students, there's teachers, there's a few donors and patrons of the campus and everything who managed to fund the goings of the entirety of the colleges there. You are handed a brochure, and on this brochure it says, History of the Arcane, the before times of the Spell Plague. And within this is generalized knowledge and history of what was once magic during the days of its most apex form. In fact, allow me to basically I'll give you the TLDR. Better known as the Blue Breath of Change by the inhabitants of the Aber, it was a disaster that struck the entirety of the multiverse, and even the planes within. On the date of Tarsak 29 in the year of the Blue Fire, 1385 DR. And it was caused by the assassination of the original goddess of magic at the hands of Cyric and Shar. Basically, this was the period of time where magic could be used at such levels that it was considered godly. You're familiar with the history and the classification of spells via leveling. In fact, the highest leveling is to the 9th, incantations. But within the brochure, it talks of 10th, 11th, and even 12th level incantations that once could be used. Everything from volcanic eruptions, planar creations, and even the famed Avatar fusion spell. which resulted in the Spell Plague's creation. And of course, it speaks of the Spell Plague and its disastrous results, resulting in a time where magic once didn't even exist because of it.
Salas looks over the information just kind of gathered. It's like, the 9th, huh? That'll have been chaotic. See any... I'm kind of looking at a couple of the displays, a bit of the information. Wonder if they've got any tapestries around here. He's going to wander off and try to find ancient relics of noted history, maybe not necessarily having to do with magic specifically.
Of course, there is a section that you find. A section entitled Objects of Absolution. Do you wish to enter this one?
Sure, I'll take a look.
Alright. Allow me to just pause the music for a little bit. You walk in, and here you can clearly see that this is definitely one of the most well-guarded areas. You're seeing campus security servatrons, constructs standing guard, like sentinels, outside and inside the doorway. There are very few people within here, and in fact, you were only allowed in because there is a limited number of people that are allowed in the room per person. At most, it's 5. And each person is vetted down to ensure that they're not walking out with any arcane objects. As you begin walking forward, you see many interesting and, quite honestly, strange objects. One object that catches your eye. Well, this little mechanized box. Doesn't really seem like a whole lot. It's gold. It's got silver linings within it. One object that catches your eye again is this beautiful quarterstaff with a brass serpent wrapped around it. Another, a small rod with a ruby head. A sense of familiarity washes over you looking at it. Another, a wand with a human skull topped upon it. It gives off a little bit of a creepy vibe, but you just walk away. And then you come across a tapestry showcasing an unknown humanoid race. And they seemingly are in a transitory, almost like a timeline, fighting against each other, uniting under what appears to be a singularity of a rulership. The presence of what appears to be a depiction of a star. And then just more war, death, rebirth, and so on and so forth. It's beautiful, though. The tapestry itself almost looks like it was made of pure metal, but its intricate weavings make it look as if it was soft as silk. What are you doing?
He looks at it intently. Is there like a little plaque or anything?
There is.
We'll walk on up to it. This could be interesting. We'll look down. Try to read the information from the plaque.
The plaque reads out, "Of the Tsar, those yet to be."
Could be related. I don't know.
A beautiful
go on here.
tapestry, is it not?
So I also look around.
You see nothing there.
He'll shrug, and he'll, I guess? Hello?
Forgive. It has been a long academic day. Allow me to at least converse through appropriate channels. Salus, shimmering right next to you is a metal scarab.
Huh. Is it just kind of like floating in the air, or is it like flying?
On the ground.
Okay.
It seems to be approximately the size of this, like a tiny little scarab beetle.
Salus will scoop down, look at it, and I guess hold it up.
Admiring the works, are you not, Mr. Creed?
Something similar. I do have a soft spot for history.
Those who learn from history tend to figure patterns. Those who learn from history tend to set patterns. And those who fail to learn from history are doomed to be enslaved by patterns.
You're certainly accurate about that. Many a tapestry that foretold of the great and bygone eras of wealth and prosperity in desolated tombs.
Do you know what makes this tapestry interesting?
Sorry, you cut out a little bit?
Apologies. Do you understand what makes this tapestry interesting?
If I were to hazard a guess, I can pick up two things. The star, first of all, but most tapestries that I encounter and tellings of this nature tend to involve some great change, so it's not terribly off. What interests me is how it continues. Usually there's an end at some of these, and usually they depict prosperity or warnings of some sort. But very rarely do they actually depict recovering from them. I imagine that ancient seamstresses, whatever, I imagine they don't much care to write about what comes after the end. In most cases, they're usually gone.
You pay attention. Now tell me, what do you notice of the pattern?
Well, I can say this. Destruction, rebirth, and most notably, that the star is only fixated to the beginning. Doesn't seem to continue on into this cycle.
This is correct. Now look at the process and look at it backwards.
Fair point. After all, if a cycle goes into itself over and over again, who's to say where a beginning and an end is? Or if there is one. So if we start backwards.
You are paying attention. Good. You have a very decent head upon your shoulders.
Thank you kindly for the compliment.
However, what is interesting of this is that this is a race that does not even exist yet. Do you know how far before the Tsar are to exist?
Salas will take a look at the odds materials made out of this tapestry. I've never seen anything like this, so I have to imagine that first, whatever made this is far beyond something that I could conceive of, perhaps in my own lifetime. I'm gonna ballpark several hundred millennia.
You are close. Not 100. A few dozen. Specifically 50,322 years. Before their species will even come to exist.
Salas will just sit there kind of contemplating. And we have this now, I assume, without going into much detail, due to the fantastical, magical nature of the many individuals at this here college.
Believe it or not, their species was the first to actually truly master chronomancy to its fullest. They are responsible, but it is because of that that they have doomed themselves to an infinite loop. Their race, their civilization, doomed to repeat an endless cycle of birth, war, rebirth, death, and so on.
So then, if I may guess, if that is the cycle, and this star is the inciting incident, does that mean that this star represents the discovery or mastery of chronomancy?
Correct. There is other forces, though. But that is an ever-changing constant. However, I do not wish to bore you with the details. Instead, I would request a favor of you.
Alright. What favor may this be?
I wish for you to deliver a package to a Professor Melf.
Alright. I was there not too long ago. I suppose I could find their office. Not too hard.
It will not be difficult. Generalized Administrative Office Building number 38. Currently, about a click away from the Biblioplex. You will find them upon floor 7. Office room 13. My scarab will give the gift. Prepare to receive. And you watch as the scarab immediately begins to change itself, formulating and rebuilding itself into a cube.
small enough to fit in the palm of my hand, or
Enough to fit in the palm of your hand. In fact, you could actually pocket this.
He will then do so. All right. Fair enough, I suppose.
Good.
Is there anything you want me to say as I deliver this parcel?
Just that this is a gift for the 10th year of Professor Melf's work for this study.
Alrighty then. And should I pass on who is the provider of this gift, or will they already know?
They will already have figured.
I figured, but I didn't want to assume.
You are correct. Now go. I have an investigation to finish.
Salus will give a slight nod. Best of luck, Professor. And he will make his way to the building.
Of course. We will put a small pin in your little bit of story for right now, CG. And we will return back to the group. We will go to Zai, who is currently residing at the cafe. Zai, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great. In fact, let's put back some music on.
Whew, sorry about that.
You're good.
Bye.
Do not
Don't
die.
die.
Iapetus, the barista recognizes you as soon as you walk in. And of course, realizing why you're there, she decides to take you up and kind of read through your background and history to see your skill sets, your capabilities. And in fact, she actually decides pretty good. You'd actually make for a great fit.
Did we get the barista's name the last time we were here, or no?
I believe you have. In fact, allow me to bring up. Let me.
I'm
get her
checking my
name.
notes to see if I wrote it down. I think we were moving so quick I might not have.
Yes, Elena Tanglewood, the cafe's manager.
Elena Tanglewood, got it.
Mm-hmm. Miss Tanglewood actually decided.
I'm listening.
God damn. Now, Miss Tanglewood actually had spoken to you and stated, well, if you're looking to be part of our little staff, I wouldn't mind. In fact, we're actually in need of some people. I will say that we're going to need to do the onboarding process, get some paperwork done, but we should be able to get you in at least within a week's time.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you, Miss Tanglewood. I
Oh, no
really
problem.
appreciate it. I figured I might as well, this is a good way to also meet other people on campus and be sociable and such. And, I kind of need to do that.
Oh, don't worry. All you need to know is that the cafe at night, doors will lock and be sealed. Arcane lock spell. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Over here you'll notice with the cafe tables, sections, and since the little party that occurred in the, well, fireside lounge.
You look like, yeah. Fireside lounge.
Don't worry, everything's alright. Everything's been taken care of, and thanks to a few of you actually going and doing some repairs, we managed to save a little bit of money.
Oh, thank goodness. I actually ended up, as we left, unfortunately we didn't end up dodging that professor you mentioned, but Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Quite the presence.
he's a hard ass, but he does his job.
Indeed.
Honestly,
So,
I prefer Professor Melicu is honestly one of the fun ones. Of course, he's rarely around anymore, if he's not teleporting to God knows wherever.
Professor Melicu?
Yes. Think of like the Mela, like watermelon, and then Q like Q&A, like question and answer.
Gotcha.
Melicu.
Oh man, getting to just teleport around. That I guess he doesn't teach as much, or they don't teach as much anymore.
No, they're on their way to finally retiring, but it's kind of hard to catch them whenever, your arcane belt of planar transport tends to malfunction at some of the worst times.
Oh my.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I guess as far as like normal questions for the job go, I guess what would be expected of me? And I guess like when does the cafe open and close, just so I can eventually coordinate with class schedule.
You're fine, don't worry about it. The cafe normally opens around early mornings, starting around 7 o'clock. However, due to student schedules, we will make sure to set you up before you have to deal with any major problems. So probably after your classes.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks.
No, don't worry about it.
Oh, I guess I'm finally getting settled in at least. It's been so weird with everything happening on campus so far, and I've only been here 2 weeks.
Don't worry about it. We've got a few new things. We'll start you off as a barista, so that way you'll learn how to make the coffee and everything else, and then we'll just move you through.
That sounds wonderful. I mean, back home, I kind of helped to do some of the things around the house anyway, just because it's not a huge family, but it's pretty sizable, and it's my way of helping my guardians out for taking me in.
Aren't you just sweet? And she kind of just pinches your cheeks a little bit. Anyways, here, have a cup on the house. Go get yourself rested up.
Thank you. She will enjoy she'll take the cup, take a little whiff of it, see if she can get like the aromas of like what it is, if it's tea or if it's coffee.
It's coffee, and it's a very nice, it's almost like a French vanilla.
Oh, she'll take that whiff, nice and deep, just a little sip. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. She will thank Miss Tanglewood, and then she will probably go sit down to study for a little bit. She's interested in that museum, but she wants to get a little bit of studying in first, so she'll probably maybe head over to the Biblioplex and to enjoy the coffee and get some studying in.
No problem. And as this goes on, we'll cut over to we'll cut over to Goldblum and Ender. What are you guys doing?
Ender went to the school store.
Alrighty. Anything
He needed
in particular?
Well, the first thing that Ender would want to do is, given that he's visited the school store a couple times over the last, few weeks, he's checking to see, if the school store is needing anything, looking into acquiring anything that he might be able to procure. He's also wanting to pick up, various supplies like foods and tinkering supplies, just so that he can have supplies that he can, make things and cook things and practice things, so on and so forth.
Believe it or not, Ender would be lucky enough to know that the store is actually getting a fresh shipment of some Far Eastern foods soon to come to the campus for the Eastern Isle celebrations.
Interesting.
It is heavily flavored off of curries, fishes, and other different non-red meats. You will also note that there is a high influx of carbohydrate-based foods, very little in terms of the breads, more along the lines of rice grains. But there are some fruits and vegetables to be thrown in that have caught some eye. In fact, one fruit is dragon fruit.
Ooh. And would the store be looking to acquire anything in particular from like the student populace, or are they looking for like any kind of equipment specifically?
Not right now. However, they will be looking forward to acquiring a nice, well, kind of something to set in. Almost. They're looking more so for ink, because they're actually running low on ink. So if you've managed to procure any ink in large quantities, they will graciously take it off your hands for a nice modicum.
This gives Indare some ideas, and he will go through and begin picking up. I assume that we can handle like the minor details, like off screen and what have you. But Indare's just gonna be going through shopping, picking up supplies, offloading things, picking up things. Generally, just trying to get the daily needs set up.
Of course. But before we cut away, Indare.
Yes?
I want you to do me a favor.
What is that?
Roll me a perception check.
Okie doke. Haha, that's a 6.
Believe it or not, you still succeed.
Oh.
You happen to catch, during your trips and travels, the sight of a fire ganassi with this kind of punk rock style-ish hair. Good form, of medium height, playing music and singing at times. With a voice as sweet as honey, melodic, and for a split second, you feel back at home. And as soon as she stops singing and playing, you just returned back to your current situation. And as you look towards where it came from, they're nowhere to be found.
And Dare tilts his head to the side, noticing that they just up and vanished. Just having a conversation with the shopkeep, he inquires about who that person was, or if there was, if that particular person, that the bard, that the Fire Ganassi bard, if they come to the shop rather often, or what have you.
Fire Ganassi. I know who you're talking about. I just don't see him a whole lot. I don't know if he's a boy or a girl, or I'm not sure what gender they are, but all I know is they're really nice people. Do well. Lovely singing voice. Yeah, I think the father is a musician or something. He is a bard. I'll have to keep an eye out for them. I'll look. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fair enough. Just curious. And in there, kinda excuses himself and heads back out about his business. And he's going to look for a tavern or some kind of a restaurant or an eatery, and he's just going to try to get himself more. He's going to try to get a bit of a feel for the town. Because if he wants to cook, he's going to have to look for some place to actually be able to cook.
And wouldn't you know it, there's actually a tavern you find. The Bow's End Tavern. And of course, it's filled to the brim with people here and there. And we will, of course, return to this. Goldblum, what you doing?
Grabbing all my books, going to the cafe, and drinking as much coffee as I need to stay awake and study.
Okay. If that's the case, please roll me a general intelligence. And I'll give you advantage because you're going to be caffeinated.
I'll be a 13.
Not bad. You're studying mostly on the right track. A few times here and there, you're kind of a little bored of the situation and try to put your mind a little bit elsewhere, but you're able to focus. Anything else?
No, he's just brute forcing to learn because he knows he's not smart. He wants to get better at the arcane stuff.
Fucking
He's a
love
good
this
boy.
info.
Putting in them hours, baby.
Hard work.
Hey man, I'm paying for this stuff, right? Might as well get it.
Mood.
Get my money out, it's worth.
Jesus.
If only I could have been like that in college. Oh well, dropped out.
Yeah. I've graduated from it, but it wasn't as worth.
It's better
Same.
to avoid getting a magical degree. Instead, go for a martial trade school.
You say
God.
that, but right now he's the
Congratulations.
closest thing to a marshal we have.
CG,
Hey.
you earn an inspiration dice.
Hey.
Congratulations. Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, we'll actually return to Salus.
What about me?
I was an idiot, forgive me, Daedalus. I was wondering who I was missing. I'm like, am I missing someone? I should be fine. No, I'm an idiot.
Check it out.
Daedalus. It's fucking sorry. I apologize.
It's
DM
good.
is bad. You get marked down in your thing. You're getting you yourself are also getting you're getting a free D20 roll.
Okay, I'll mark that as inspiration. There we go. All right.
Inspiration and you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do you another favor. Put down 1 IOU.
All right. Sec. There we go. DMIOU in my inventory.
This IOU can be redeemed at any point in time. It is good for 1 good freebie.
Okay. Well then, like I said, Daedalus is after floundering for the first time in an academic setting. Daedalus is immediately looking to the clubs to try to see. He wants to get a feel of how much of a big fish in a small pond he was with tutors. So he's going to all the clubs to see how he can expand his knowledge base. Just seeing what clubs there are.
Of course. Now, in terms of extracurriculars, we have... let's see, I know we have a clubs section. We have
Party
the thing.
notes.
Yep. Alright. Party notes, party notes, party notes.
I think it might have been pinned.
Yes. Problem is, we got a lot of pins. Ah, there we go. So, we currently have the Dead Languages Society, the Distinguished Society of Fine Arts, Dragon Chess Club, Dragon Guard Historical Society, Fantastical Horticulture Club, Future Entrepreneurs of Strixhaven, Intramural Gymnastics Club, Intramural Ilk Ball Club, Intramural Water Dancing Club, Live Action Role Playing Guild, ha, nerds, Mage Tower Cheer Squad, Play Actors Drama Guild, Strixhaven Iron Lifter Society, Strixhaven Show Band Association, the Strixhaven Star, Student Mages of Faith, Student Hunters Association, the Eldritch Research Society, Future Feywild Ambassadors Association.
Alright. Daedalus will mark down the Student Hunter Society and be like, see, I Apatis in notes. And then he'll look at the Eldritch Research Society very quizzically because of certain family things, he was not supposed to ever look at that. And he's like, I will investigate. So he'll see if he can find directions for there.
You would. In fact, you actually get to meet one of the members, Sekman.
Ooh.
And, of course, as you meet with them to discuss, you're actually informed that there's a gathering soon to be occurring in the next few days between them and Sedna and Misfiad Williamart Skopskin.
Oh, lovely. I'll be happy to attend.
No problem. Now, remember, we do researching of the occult aspects of magic and ancient beings tied to lost legends. So, be prepared to have to, well, bring your tinfoiled hats, just in case you gotta deal with some of the theories.
Don't worry. Also, leans in, don't trust the owls. They're not what they seem.
They lean in. One of us. And they immediately put a 3-hand gesture towards their heart and goes, "May you be protected from the winged rage."
Dale's just doing the 2 eyes point. Yeah. Nodding. Perfect.
And as you go on your merry way, hey Daedalus.
Yeah. Ah! Immediately turns around, starts pointing with his hand.
Same owl.
Second verse, same as the first.
Are you fucking kidding? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna roll for them again. I wanna see what they do. I am curious to see if they can fucking actually handle this. Once again, Harlem shaking, having a seizure on the ground.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah.
Alright. After about a minute, Daze will stare at him and goes, "What lies do you bring?"
It then begins to hawk. Ha! 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 Blah! And this time it pukes out a pure white scroll instead of the meshy brown crap scroll that you had to deal with.
Okay. First of all, detect magic.
There is magic, and it seems to be basically illusionary magic.
Alright. Slowly
Daedalus,
opens it.
before you open it, you notice a symbol put into the wax.
Alright. Do I recognize the symbol?
Oh, of course you do. It's your family's.
Oh, the Von de Vente seal. Okay. Oh! Immediately pops it open without... disregards any sense of like protection or anything else. Just like, okay, let's see what happens.
You open it up.
Yep.
Text appears, illuminating it in a nice, brilliant blue light. My dearest child, Daedalus, I hope that you are doing well within your studies at Strixhaven. I know I enjoyed my time, but I'm sorry I have not kept in communication with you. Your father has been busy, and of course I've been having to deal with so much at home. I hope that Iapetus is keeping you out of trouble, and I hope that you are also keeping Iapetus safe. I do miss you both. Please, do your best. I look forward to seeing your progress. Love, Mother. P.S. Did you get that thing I sent you?
Daedalus will think back to the wand store, and he will then decide. Like again, he'll do again the two fingers point to the owl, watching you. Fold up the paper, put it back in, and then probably go look for that store.
Alrighty. By the way, Daedalus?
Yeah?
The owl blips at you.
Narrows eyes behind sunglasses. But yeah, just walks off, go to look for the store now. He has a direction from Mother.
With that, we will immediately return to our original. Salus. Takes you a little while. In fact, takes you about an hour kind of trying to traverse through everything, even with directions given to you. But eventually you find the administrative's building. It's about 8 stories tall. And of course, as you enter in, there's a directory list for each floor, who's on what floor. And eventually, you get into the lift, head up to the 7th, door 13, and you reach Professor Melf's office. And luckily for you, she's there.
Alright. He knocks on the door.
Come in. Come in. I'm sorry. Is this a student visit or is this a signing visit?
Signing? Student visit.
Oh, Mr. Creed! Come in, please. Do you mind some of the items on the ground? And as you walk in, you notice there's a lot of gifts. And a lot of cards.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned earlier, I think, about a anniversary of sorts.
Oh yes, my 10th year at the school.
That's actually why I'm here. I've been sent as a messenger.
Oh.
Gotta say, the owl walk wasn't my favorite part of it, but I do enjoy a little mundanity, little banality, if you will. And he's going to produce the small cube.
Oh, a puzzle cube. Interesting. She immediately takes it from your hand. Alright, not bad. Good geometrics. There seems to be over 400 different counts of how to formulate. 400 different counts, 12,000 different moves. Challenge. Interesting. I'm really going to enjoy this. No doubt I can already detect a little bit of transmutation magics. Must be a nice little gift inside. I do enjoy these things. Thank you, Mr. Creed.
No problem, ma'am. And with that, Salus is going to very delicately step around the mountain of gifts in her office.
I appreciate it. Here. Do you have anywhere you need to be? Would you like to take a seat? I mean, I've got a little bit of time.
Salas is going to roll a mental d20.
By all means.
19. He'll think back to his nice, isolated room, but sure, I can spend a little time.
Oh, excellent. Thank goodness. So, how are you enjoying your first few weeks here at Strixhaven?
It's alright. Doing a little research, doing a little learning. Best I can, and circumstances considerate.
Excellent, excellent. So, tell me, Mr. Creed, have you given thoughts as to what you plan to pursue?
In what regard, ma'am?
Well, it's always good to have future ambitions.
Archaeologist.
Ah, the study of history. Good, good. History teaches us many things. Tell me, have you ever been to the museum yet? Quite
I
lovely.
have. I just came from there.
Oh, goodness. Beautiful. Tell me, did you take a look at the arcane aneology section? It does a beautiful detailed history of the tomes.
I've mostly focused on the, what ultimately wound up being the Talk of the Plague, the magical plague, and the, exhibits. I admit I did not quite venture into that particular area.
Give me an insight check.
Sure. Okay. I'm good at that, supposedly. 10.
Alright. Ah, the spell plague. Yeah. A horrid little bit of history there. It's a shame, really. All it took was just a few bad apples, and everyone had to pay the price for it.
As I was thinking about it, and thought about it earlier, a lot of power in one individual's hands. All it takes is some mean Mother Hubbard with a ill disposition.
Of course. But then again, back in the old days, they would have... it's mutually assured destruction, so what? The real tipping point was when the... Well... How do I put this? The death of Maestra, the goddess of magic. And that's where it really became a problem.
The assassination attempt by the two other blokes. Successful, as it were.
Yes, but justice had been done, though. Even with the assassination and the forcing of the next growth. It did... Well... How do I put it? One can only hypothesize whatever happened to those two. But from what many scholars can ordain, it wasn't pretty. We'll never know. Maybe not even the gods can even answer that question.
If I may, is there any reason you were talking about the arcaneology exhibit?
Not really. I just enjoy it. It's a personal favorite of mine. I love history.
You and me both. I'm surprised I missed that, Wang. I'll have to make sure to visit it next time.
Of course. Mr. Creed, would you do me a favor?
Am I gonna have to run over creation again?
Oh, no. Here. She immediately opens a drawer in her desk and pulls out a envelope. If you could do me a favor, could you please hand this over to Professor Naylock?
What is it, DM?
It is a sealed letter with a blue sigil.
He'll reach out and he'll take the letter. Sure. Did nothing did a little bit for myself today. I can afford to do a little stuff for someone else.
Oh, thank you. You're a godsend. Look. Oh, and don't be intimidated by the professor. I know he gives off this creepy little vibe and everything else, but deep down he's a sweetheart.
I'll take that into consideration, ma'am, though if I were to be completely and totally honest, my ability to be frightened has been substantially stunted by my youth.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, hopefully you'll feel some more joy and satisfaction. In fact, here. She kind of reaches into her bag and she immediately pulls out a nice little box. A gift from me to you. Open that box up and you'll be able to enjoy a nice little treat. It's a sweet cake. Made it myself.
Interesting. Well, thank you kindly, ma'am.
No problem.
Sounds like a wonderful thing to enjoy with a nice book.
It is. It's even better if you share it with friends. Believe me. I miss being able to talk with all my old friends.
Celis is notably silent.
And everything alright?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Mr. Creed, if something's on your mind, I would ask that you tell me now.
All due respect, ma'am, it is a personal issue and not a very major one. Simply something I'm thinking about.
Understand. To each our own thoughts. Just know that there are those who will look out for you.
I will keep that in mind, ma'am.
Good. Now go on. Go find yourself a good book and enjoy that sweet cake. If you excuse me, she pulls out the cube. I've got a mystery cube I need to solve to get to that glorious little treasure in the center of it all. In fact, I'll probably have it done right after you get out of the building.
Enjoy your puzzle, ma'am. I'll see that this letter finds its way to its appropriate reader.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Creed. Oh, and do watch out. There's a broom, like, right towards the center that tends to be, well, trippy.
Alright, man, I will do exactly. Oh! Alright, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, are you sure?
No, I caught myself. I didn't fall over. Just stumbled a little bit.
Oh, thank goodness.
I swear that thing was going right for my legs, though.
Tell me about it. Always goes for the ankles. Don't know why.
And with that, Salis is going to head on out And I guess before heading back to the dorms, we'll stop by Professor Nylock's room.
Go to the lift. You manage to press the button. Come on down. Takes you a few minutes because the lift kind of has to pick up some people and drop some people off. And of course, as you reach the lobby's door and open it up, fresh air hitting your face, sound of birds chirping in the distance, students talking and conversing to one another. You feel the warmth and happiness of being able to just enjoy a peaceful day. And then you feel the force of pressure coming from above you as an explosion goes off on the 7th floor. Glass falling down, shrapnel being sent out, and smoke coming from Professor Melf's office. And that is where we will end the session.
Well, shit.
Oh, fuck.
I told you not to trust the owls!
It was me who was the owl.
Congratulations! You're an accessory.
I killed someone.
We don't know that she's dead. A high level, like professor of herself. She might not be dead. She might have realized what was happening soon enough. Oh boy.
It's fine. This is just Spy versus Spy Professor Edition. They're both trying to kill each other.
See,
I'm not gonna lie. I was really confused as to why the same professor that didn't want to speak highly of her during our investigation wanted to give her a gift.
I mean, it is her 10th year here. Was.
Yeah, there's a spy over there.
Thank you.
I love Twilight.
Also,
All right.
I was just about to say, I love that Chad has no idea, but during all the times where Daedalus is interacting with owls, everyone's sharing these gifts. Immediately after I'm done with the scene, just goes straight to Dale Gribble. Pocket sand!
Oh my god. Daedalus needs to stop giving all these owls psychic damage before by the end of the campaign you just get attacked.
It's
by
not
an
just
entire
any owl, it's
flock
the
of
same
owls.
bull.
Yeah, no, you see the same thing following you constantly? Yeah, no, Daedalus doesn't have a familiar. He doesn't trust this owl. How does it know where he is?
How's it not dead?
I swear by the end of this campaign, that owl is probably going to be Daedalus's familiar.
It's gonna be your best friend.
That, or it's gonna end up being like Iapetus's familiar, and every single time Daedalus walks into the room, he's gonna start just chucking darts.
Tanky ass familiar.
Also, I badly now just want art of like Daedalus in the Dale Gribble pocket sand pose, only it's Mind Sliver.
Anyways, let's end this night.
Pocket headache.
Pocket migraine.
Ah!
Emotional.
Oops,
baby.
wrong button.
Emotional damage.
I already know how I'm going to mess with you. Every time I'm in the room with you, prestidigitation, owl hooting around you.
Oh, no, here's the worst thing. You have yet to find out. All you know is the one time where he says he has an owl conspiracy. You also have possibly the way to end the owl conspiracy, and you don't know.
What's killing me is that you just so happened to find the club that also believes in the owl conspiracy, and I'm like, holy fuck, it's that dark magic club from Oran High School Host Club all over again.
Daedalus joins a cult. Just always sunny in Philadelphia music.
Okay, I'm glad somebody mentioned that.
Well, no, earlier in chat, no, they were definitely saying, when did Daedalus become Charlie Day?
Charlie Daedalus.
Yeah.
Charlie Daedalus, fighter of Charlie Nidamus.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, it's Daedrow. Oh, fighter of the night drow. Whoa.
Hey Vaughn, you got a critic.
Oh, yes, I am aware. Trust me, I'll probably be talking with Aliko. They actually got me, I believe it was Pact of the Eye formatted. So now I've got to start saving up money. But I'll talk about that when we start finishing Around the Horn, which I'll be last. So, Zyme, go.
Hi, I am Zyme. You can find me on twitch.tv/Zyme site, where since I have finally finished the pains of my existence in Hades and Streets of Rage 4, I now get to play more things, like different fighting games on Fridays, and playing Monster Hunter Rise and opening up lobbies to friends and community folks on Thursdays. I might still do the occasional art stream Wednesday, and once I finish Bloodstain, hopefully tomorrow or Monday if I'm not exhausted, we can start a new game, and that new game might be Dark Souls. I am prepared to struggle. But yeah, outside of that, if I'm not here, I'm writing stuff over at nerdygirlblurbs.com, or you could see me doing shit posts and talking about FGC stuff over on Twitter. Twitter.com/Zymanus. That's it for me. Bob, take it away.
Greetings and salutations. I am Shadow Dancer Bob. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Shadow Dancer Bob. Sundays we got Maelstrom. Mondays you can find me on Lenny Pator's channel where I play Denier the Tabaxi Wizard. Tuesdays Destiny 2 with the 101 Guard. Wednesday I play the Silver Devil over on twitch.tv/Trash King Arisen. Thursday and Friday you can find me maybe doing streams here there. I don't know, maybe. And every other Saturday you can find me right here on twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn where I play Indare the Tabaxi Artificer. Oh,
That
CG.
I was about to say that was a shill on caliber with Excalibur.
Hey.
Hello, you can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me over on twitch.tv/fartingtart every Sunday at 7 o'clock for War of the Shattered Sun. You can find me on the same channel every other Tuesday for The Curse of Strahd, of which I DM. We are on this week, so tune in next Tuesday. And you can also find me over on Jack the Questionable's channel for Legends of Ambria, which is every Thursday, also at 7 o'clock. Time. Throw it on over to Wiley.
We wanna fuck
A chocolate.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Wiley XWileyWilly, as well as Twitter at XWileyWilly, and my YouTube channel XWileyWillyX because I needed an X apparently, where I post memes and music. And also I'm on that Curse of Strahd stream that CG mentioned. I always forget to mention. J-Farce, go.
Cool, I got you covered.
Hi, you can find me here at twitch.tv/Chafross747 where I play games and shit stuff. And you can find me on Twitter at Frost747J where I meme and shitpost like there's no tomorrow. You'll find me with Wiley Willy here doing the Curse of Strahd, where nothing can go wrong in Barovia. Everything's fine and dandy.
What does Warren Bossing say?
In fact, there's only happy endings in Barovia. But, yeah.
I mean, I just let that joke speak for itself.
What joke? It's truth. Right? Every fairy tale has happy endings.
The Grimms would like a word.
Christ.
Good
All
point.
right.
Yeah.
And, well, you already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. I'm definitely going to try to stream some more this week, aside from Cholta Personality, which will be Tuesday. Keep on lookout. We might have some fun surprises coming up there soon. There might be a Warlock campaign. I don't know. I need to find a DM and talk to a bunch of people. If it does happen, I will keep you posted on my Twitter, which you can find at twitter.com/BurnoutVaughn. And aside from that, I'm going to start streaming. I need to make up some money. I got $400 I got to pay to a court here real soon. So, yeah, definitely need some cash for that. But other than that, keep on the lookout because I am constantly doing homebrew content that is now coming close to fruition. So I need to also get money for art. Other than that, I think we're going to raid the Unexpectable since they're raising money for charity right now. So, we're gonna let you guys go out with the Saved by the Spells theme. So I want to thank everybody for coming out and look forward to more Saved by the Spell 2 weeks from now, which I don't know what day that is. I'm tired. I don't know how to math. So we will.
I think it's April 10th. I think
April 10th. We'll go with that. So we will see you all soon. So thank you for coming out.